All right, there we go. All right, hey guys, Zomb Phox here, and this should be working. This is the first live stream we have done for a play-by-play in like over a month, and yes, we're back. Now, as you can see by the score I put on here, naturally, we still got like 20-ish minutes before the Panthers game starts, so we're just going to see the end of this Vikings-Lions game, right? The Vikings just failed a two-point conversion. It is now 29-28 Minnesota. They still have a shot to end up finishing undefeated after this game. Well, stay undefeated. So it's a pretty big deal if they're able to pull it off. I'm going to quickly put out on X that I am streaming, so let me go do that real quick. Keep that here. Go over here. I am live for the Panthers versus Commanders game. Link there. There we go. Alright, so we got that going on there. Now let's go back over here. So yes, we are back with the live stream. Again, it's been a little while. It hasn't been really that many games I wanted to do, or I didn't have time in the weekends to do it. But we are back. I see Nope and G-Man are both here. So I hope we're ready for a good stream. We had a lot of UFO news come out over the past week from minor stuff. Like, I made that video 2 days ago about all the minor stuff that came out. So we are getting into the swing of UFL news all of a sudden, which is kind of wild. But yeah, the Giants. Let me go check the score in that game. Oh yeah, I forgot they're getting destroyed by Philly. Yeah, that's pretty bad. While we're at the kickoff for this, let me go pull up the score in the fantasy league for my week right now. Because I made the bold decision to start Drake May of my quarterbacks, and it looks like it's currently working. I currently have a very slight lead over Peter Griffin in my lobby, or in my match, which a lot of that is because Josh Jacobs finally is having a good game. He got like 20 points, which is crazy. So, that's solid. Alright, so how's everybody doing today? Never want to see them play again is wild. I'm also going to be a bit tired probably for the stream. I only got like 6-ish hours of sleep last night. And that was following multiple days of only getting like 8. Well, I say only 8. It was more like 6-ish every night. But, again, we're going to be watching the Panthers Commies game, see some Jane Daniels action. He's been having a crazy rookie season, so it'll be interesting to see. Kyle Pitts and Khalil Shakur having the same stat line is crazy. Let me pull this up. G-Man. Where is G-Man over here? There he is. Let's see. Khalil Shakur, 8 points. And then, not seeing him. Why am I? Oh, Kyle Pitts. I see. Yeah, 13.5 points. Yeah, that is pretty wild. Yeah, I'm just glad that finally having Josh Jacobs show up. I mean, I thought he was going to be a lot better than he was this year. Though my Alec Pierce decision, once again, is not looking the best. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. But, it is what it is. Seems like my 3-game losing streak is coming to an end. Dang, I forgot you lost that many. I will say, guys, we manifested it as fans. We made all of Nick Chubb's pain go to Deshaun Watson. Look, I know some people are trying to make jokes about how, oh, it's not nice to say anything about him or somebody like that, about how he got hurt. Like, bro, everybody on Twitter is just, like, having a ball that he got hurt. Let's see. Ooh, and Jared Goff, they might call that a fumble. Well, either way, Detroit got it, but yeah, good riddance. Yeah, his career is basically done. I mean, look, he's looked terrible, and now he's going to be coming off a massive injury. Yeah, his career is essentially done. That is definitely the truth. Let's see. So Nick Chubb, though, scored a touchdown like a play or two later was the best. That was so that was real justice right there, seeing him finally get that. So, again, this is the first stream done in a while for one of these. I mean, this season's honestly been one of those where I'm like, I get there's a lot of things that are happening, but in all honesty, the college football season's been more enjoyable than the NFL season this year, that's for sure. The storylines of like Ashton Jeanty, Army and Navy, Alabama's fall from grace. I mean, Alabama is like a very, they are a mediocre good team. Like, you know what I mean? They're a top 25 team, but they're not a top 10 team. So, yeah. I will have to go later. I'm going to watch the Chiefs game with my family. That game should be something else. I was debating on doing it, and I was like, I just don't want to watch another Chiefs game, in all honesty. But I hope you have fun with that one. That game should be pretty crazy. It starts like 4:20 or 4:30, I believe. It's going to be another Super Bowl rematch between both teams. Hopefully, the Chiefs finally, lose their game, but we'll see. But it is what it is. All right, let's see. Sam Darnold hands off the ball and wow, Jones got about like 5 yards on that run. That's not good. That's not bad. I will say I've been like moving my setup over there where my TV is, and so like I can barely see it from here. Like it's twisted, but instead of being like this, it's like that. So it's barely done anything, but it's still something. So it is what it is. But okay, well, while we're here, let me pull up the scores. I want to look up the scores of these other games going on right now. Because let's see. Because I know the Titans are getting dogged on by the Bills, which is hilarious. The Colts are barely hanging on against the Dolphins. Texans, Packers looks like a good game. The Bengals are going to pwn the Browns. And then that Jaguars game earlier was pretty funny. I was working earlier this morning, so I didn't see it, but I heard it was pretty funny. And then Tim Boyle is playing for the Dolphins or something like that. Like, oh, God. Alright, so that was nothing there. I was verbally screaming at these Giants. Just happy the Chiefs are good. Their franchise is mid historically until 2019. Yeah, I mean, you had what was it, like a couple of decent years in the early 2000s where, you had like Priest Holmes having those like crazy years. That was, after the Joe Montana years. And then like after Priest Holmes, I mean, like there was like a couple of decent years, but I mean, really the only thing that was really known about him was they had good running backs. Like Jamal Charles had those few years, but you know what? It makes up for the Showboats not being the best, but we'll see what the Showboats end up doing. Passes thrown, it looks like it is incomplete. It's going to be 4th and 4. This is a game where Minnesota might hang on to win this game somehow. I mean, it didn't look like they were going to win it earlier, but now it looks like they might. So we'll see exactly what happens there. Let's go back over here. I will say in terms of some random channel stuff, I mean, honestly, I'm kind of, I don't know, like earlier this week, I was like not looking forward to doing anything really this week. But then all of a sudden, it's just like the past couple of days, like I've been putting a lot of work in here. Like I finally got a membership video made for the intro. Finally doing another live stream, did a really nice members video. I think this is a good week for the channel. We're getting closer to, the 900 subscriber goal, which will be really crazy when we hit that. Because then we'll be less than 100 away from, the big milestone. But, you know what? Little by little, we get there. Let's see. Going over here. Wet dreams of Derek Dillon coming back. Yeah, we'll see if Derek Dillon does return to him. I mean, we'll see what Wisenhunt's able to pull off with that team and the new GM. There's a lot they can do. So, hopefully their defense is better. Giants don't deserve wins. Are they still playing Danny Derps in there? I would imagine they are. Wow, they are. That's sad. Daniel Jones is not that guy. He's so bad. It really does suck that you're stuck with him. Oh, it looks like Drew Lock was... Oh, Drew Lock. That's not much better. Drew Lock is not much better. Let's look at Detroit. Detroit hands the ball off. It's going to be about a 4.5 yard gain. Going to be about 2nd and 6 right there. I was a Giants fan 20 minutes ago, no longer. Hey, you know what? Fair. I mean, this Giants team is just not great. But I know the Falcons are also getting just destroyed after everything they were doing. So, that's something random. But we'll see. Live stream. Saquon carrying me. Nah, they rightfully benched him. Yeah, dude, Daniel Jones, I mean, look, it's the issue of the quarterback market. Like, I've touched on it before, mainly in a members video, admittedly, but the quarterback market is the most overrated, overpaid market in all of sports. Because we allowed for this idea that quarterbacks are the, God's gift to football on a team and they carry them by themselves. The fact is, it's just not true, okay? Look, you want to know what position really carries? A goalie in hockey. Because a goalie in hockey can single-handedly take a team to the Stanley Cup Finals. A quarterback cannot do that, right? We saw in the Super Bowl that once Mahomes' offensive lineman got hurt, when they played the Bucks, their lineman got hurt in the championship game. Mahomes could only do so much, right? I mean, a quarterback can do a lot for a team, but an NFL roster, you have like 25 guys who are starting at different positions, right? You've got your guys on offense, your guys on defense, your special teamers. Okay? A quarterback may do more than every other position, but they're not carrying the team. They're not the only guy that make a team good. And so you have this idea where they started getting paid a ton, and now look at the guys who are getting paid, right? Deshaun Watson, terrible. Joe Burrow, losing. Granted, he's playing out of his mind. But when you're spending a ton of money on a quarterback, you're putting, a sixth, a fifth, maybe a fourth of your salary cap into one QB. You're making your whole team worse. Why do you think the Niners are good? The Niners, look, Brock Purdy is better than what haters say he is, but he's worse than what people who think he's good say he is. At the end of the day, there are many quarterbacks who are better than Brock Purdy, but Brock Purdy is so cheap that you're able to get a huge roster around him to where it doesn't matter. So, it just is what it is. I mean, I'm not doing anything in fantasy and still winning. I need Nico Collins back. Dude, he was a monster those few weeks. The fact that he was still leading the league in receiving yards while being out for like a game and a half is crazy. Yeah, Mahomes' receivers dropped a couple. I remember there was that like one pass where he was like getting pass rushed. He like literally dove through it and it was like dead on to his receiver's chest and the dude dropped it. That was bad. But like I think that at the end of the day, the most overpaid position in any of the big four North American sports is the quarterback position. Like, Dak Prescott getting $60 million a year. Dude, Dak Prescott is the quintessential regular season merchant. If a lot of you have been watching the MLB postseason since it's been really good, he's very similar to an Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge, though, with the one difference being Judge is actually like an MVP level player in the regular season. Dak is just a really good quarterback that pads his stats to get to that level. But like Aaron Judge in the postseason has historically been terrible, and this year he's been better than most other years. But he still is like not even one of the team's like three best players in the postseason. Dak Prescott routinely is one of the main reasons his team loses. It was to Darrell Williams. I remember that play. I remember seeing that and I'm like, dude, there's no way Mahomes just made that throw. And then his dude dropped it. I remember that play. That was crazy because it was like a 40-yard pass or something like that and it was great. We could see Jake Bates hit the game-winning field goal. I've got my Michigan Panthers shirt underneath this one. So I've got the, Michigan Panthers on, repping them. But yeah, I think quarterback is an overpaid position. A guy like Jared Goff is a very, middle-of-the-road talent to some people. Yet when you look at him, I mean, even in this game, he's 20 of 23 for 250. I mean, he's a damn good quarterback who performs really well. You don't have to be the most talented guy to be a great quarterback. You don't. Like, quarterback is a very mental position, and people say that, but then don't really understand that it really is that. It is what it is. Let's see. Well, we got a minute and 18 seconds left. The Lions still have 2 timeouts left, and Jake Bates can kick a field goal from, like, literally 65 yards with, like, no problem, except for accuracy. But he can kick it, and they're well within range already. They just can't take a sack here. That would be pretty tough. Nice pass. They just completed a pass to about the 22-ish yard line. Minnesota might honestly have to start taking some timeouts here. I would think about it because at this position, Jake Bates, this is almost an automatic kick for him. It's so bad for me that I'm willing to clown other Giants fans for still supporting the team. I mean, hey, look, I've been a Panthers fan, and really ever since 2017, the Panthers have been terrible, right? We had 2 seasons where we started off really well in the first half. Then either injuries or the team just got, the magic of backup quarterbacks ran out. The fact is the Panthers have sucked. I mean, like, am I going to sit here and say I'm the biggest Panthers fan in the world? Like, Carolina Panthers fan? No. But, I'm still watching a game here and there. Am I looking more forward to Cincinnati? The Bearcats playing? Yes, the Bearcats are, like, 1 game away from being ranked. If they don't get ranked, like, 25 today, they're probably, like, 1 win away from that. Yes. But I'm still going to be a Panthers fan, but I'm just glad we're not paying a ton of money for a terrible quarterback. We may have drafted a quarterback that obviously wasn't as good as people said he was, but it is what it is. Handoff on first down they'll probably call it negative half a yard, maybe negative 1 yard. Again, they're already in field goal range. Minnesota did call a timeout, and, understandable why they kind of need to at this point, so makes sense. Game-winning kick by the Packers. That's a big win for them. Let's see. So the Packers win. I believe that moves the Texans to 5-2. It does move them to 5-2. Same with the Packers. That's a big blow to the Texans. The Texans were getting a lot of hype, and that was a big deal for them to lose that game. And Jordan Love's getting a lot of his steps back. I mean, there was a little bit of time, with the Malik Willis where in that first game back they didn't win or something like that. But, yeah. The embarrassment to the NFL is off screen. What is the Giants game over? Oh, yeah, it is. That's pretty bad. I mean, when the Mets and Yankees both outscore you and their baseball teams, that's pretty sad. I mean, I'm not going to lie. That is pretty sad. Wow, the Colts did beat the Dolphins in a huge 16-10 game. Man, I knew not to start Richardson, dude. Richardson has been like one of the biggest fantasy busts like all year. He has like not been good like any year or any week. They say he boomed once. Yeah, he boomed in like week 1 when he had 26 points. He has done nothing since. Pierce got me 3.5 points. If I lose, it sadly would probably be because of that, which sucks. Because, I mean, I will say... Oh, you can't see it. Huge blow for the Texans. Gives Chiefs some leeway. Now Casey can afford a loss. That's a good point. Because Houston really was the team to beat outside of Kansas City. So that was a big deal. But, yeah, I will say, like I said, I'm a Cincinnati Bearcats fan. And, I've been rearranging a lot. You can kind of see it right there. I've got a signed Alec Pierce jersey, which is actually a game-issued jersey. So that's like... it's exactly what it sounded like. It was issued to Pierce, but, one reason or another didn't wear it from his rookie season. So, going to hang that up. It'll probably be, like, right over there. The shirt's going to get rehung up there and then some other stuff over there. So, rearranging the room, finally. So, gotta love it. Lions game coming back to Bates again. Can he do it? I think he can. We got 50 seconds left. When they kick this, it's going to be about, let's see. If they take the 5 yards, which they might, it would be, or if they take the 5 yards, it's going to be about like 18 seconds, or they're going to do something like that. So we'll see. It looks like they're going to take the 5-yard penalty. Bates is on the sideline, 4th and 14. I think they're just going to, run the clock out as much as they can and have him kick it. Now, this is a lot of trust in your kicker. You're taking a 5-yard penalty. Now, granted, this isn't like a 50 to a 55-yarder. They're only pushing back, a mid-range kick 5 yards. But that still says a lot about the kicker. That you have a lot of faith in him to actually make that kick. Oh, I forgot they have timeouts. My bad. I apologize. I forgot they had timeouts. So 19 seconds left. After this kick, it'll be about like 16-ish seconds left. So barring a miracle by the Vikings, this is basically for the game. Let's see if Jake Bates can do it. This is not a very long kick. This is very doable. Like, this is not a 50-yard kick. It looks like this is, 44-yard field goal. So it's longer, right? But it's not like this is a 50, 60-yard kick. So let's see if you can pull this off. 44-yard field goal. All intensive purposes, this is for the win. Let's see. Ball is snapped. Kick is up. And it's almost dead in the middle. He made it. Jake Bates with the game-winning, barring a miracle, the game-winning field goal. Then 20 seconds. Now that is a clutch kick right there. Tim Boyle. I can't believe Tim Boyle is still in the league, honestly. He's one of those guys that just is not good, and he's still in the league. Seattle ponying Atlanta was not on my bingo card, though. I did not expect that at all. Mr. Clutch, I agree. Dude, Jake Bates, that was a massive kick right there. I mean, you gotta love seeing that. Gotta love spring football representing right there. That is another big W for spring football. I mean, Jake's going to need to kick this ball basically out. Don't let a return happen or squib kick it, either way. Minnesota's only real hope is to get a deep shot that they can go out of bounds. That's the only way they're going to get a field goal. They got like maybe 2 plays if they're going out of bounds, but let's see. It is a touchback. It's like this. Minnesota's not out of it. They just need to have a couple of really, really good plays, which we'll see. I mean, they're undefeated. Will they stay undefeated? I doubt it, but we'll see. Career-long 58-yard field goal. I mean, they're going to kick it if it's within like 63, let's be real. So that's what matters. It's within 63 yards, they're going to kick it. Let's go over here. Click that. There we go. 15 seconds left. Can Minnesota pull it off? I don't think so. But we've seen crazier things, right? I mean, we have. Darnold is lined up by himself in shotgun. A little bit of motion up top. Darnold drops back to pass. They're rushing literally one guy, which is hilarious. Throws it over the middle. It is caught at about the 50-yard line. I don't think they're going to have time to clock it. They got 3, 2, 1. They might have gotten it off. It looked like they had enough for 1 second left on that. No, they're calling it over. Okay, it was close, but they're calling it over. Yeah, flag's going to be illegal formation, so Minnesota does, in fact, get the W. Oh, crap, the game started. Okay, I apologize. For those of you who were here for the Panthers game, let me change everything to that. I completely forgot that the game started at 5 o'clock, at 05. Put that there. There we go. Again, I apologize, but let's get the game on. So now we've got the Panthers game on. So, will the Commanders beat the Panthers? Probably. Do I hope they do? I don't know. I kind of don't want to see the Panthers win again. I kind of think it would be funny to see them get the #1 overall pick 3 straight years. Granted, they didn't have it 1 year. But I think that would be hilarious. Dalton drops back to pass, throws it out to the right. It is going to be caught for a first down at about the 26. There is a flag. Let's see what the flag is. Looks like it's back, so it might be holding or it might be some sort of defensive holding. Well, holding. Offsides in the defense. Penalty is declined. Carolina is in scoring position. They can at least get a field goal here. So they're already in decent position. But against Jaden Daniels, I mean, even last week, Daniels came somewhat close to beating Baltimore. We'll see if he can pull it off against Carolina, which he should, right? There's a good route. He just stopped right there, got the catch. Honestly, I did hate losing Dante Jackson, but Deontay Johnson has been a really solid player for us. Has he been exactly what he was advertised? I don't think so, but he has been a solid player. A bit of motion. Dalton fakes the handoff, throws it out to the left, way overthrown, and it is incomplete. So we're already off to a great start there, but you know what? At least it's not Bryce Young throwing the ball. Look, I'm gonna be honest. When Canales pulled Dalton and said it was to protect him when he put out Bryce Young, and people were saying how messed up that was, I'm sorry, I don't see it. Right? Canales has no, he's not forced to keep Bryce Young. This isn't a guy he drafted. If he doesn't think Bryce is that guy, then why should he play him? I mean, if he thinks they have a chance at winning games with Dalton and you're trying to win games, then do it. So that's kind of how I view it. I don't think it was that big a deal. All right, Dalton hands the ball off. A little bit of motion by Hubbard to the left, but in the end, he only gains about 1 yard from it. Not a great play, but, it is something. All right, let's go over here. That game's still going on? Oh, wow, there's still time in that Cincinnati game. Pull that game on. Put the play-by-play there. Got that on there, okay. Michigan Panthers, Jake Bates with the game for the Lions. That was a great kick. I mean, that was beautiful to see. Dalton's running away, scrambling. Oh, my God, what a terrible interception. It's a pick six. Pick six. Don't even have to say anything. That is a 60-ish yard pick six right there. Terrible throw. That was a Bryce Young throw right there. It was like he was trying to throw it in the dirt, to throw it away to his running back, but he threw it way too high. Pick six. Score in the Cincy game. The Cincy game is currently 21-6 Cincinnati over Cleveland. Cleveland is in the red zone, but they need a touchdown, not a field goal, so we'll see what they pull off. But yeah, the Jake Bates kick was great. But let's look at this Dalton one more time. Yeah. Oh no, he was trying to get it for the check down, but he threw him too much to the right, and it was just a great pick six. Guy jumped over Dalton when Dalton tried to tackle. Pick six. This is the Panthers we came to watch. That's so bad. That is so bad. Dalton gave the Commanders' defense one of the 3 highlights. Agree. The Commanders 7-0, 11 minutes and 14 seconds left in the first quarter. Oh my god. I knew this was going to be bad. I didn't know it was going to be this bad. And then Jameis Winston playing in for the Cleveland Browns. You got to love that. Seeing him back. Is the Panthers your NFL team? Sadly. Sadly it is. Right? Michigan Panthers for UFL, the Carolina Panthers for football. And the Michigan Panthers, sorry, much better team in their league. Man, we have literally had like nothing to cheer for as Carolina Panthers fans ever since TJ Watt tackled Cam that primetime game. It's been over since then. Crableg's gonna dice the league up. You know, when Dalton had that one great game, I think it did prove that Bryce Young isn't that guy. I do think that. I think that people who are still believing Bryce is that guy are a bit delusional. I get it. Baker Mayfield's looks a lot better since he left. Darnold's looked a lot better. Bryce Young, I don't think is that guy. I mean, there's somebody when coming out of college, I didn't think he was as good as people said he was. Just because whenever I watched Alabama when he played, I never said, "Wow, that QB's good." When I watched Ohio State, I said, "Wow, that C.J. Stroud guy, he's gonna be good." Whereas Bryce Young, it's like physically, right? Compare him to Kyler Murray. He's so much smaller, right? Like, Kyler maybe I think like an inch shorter or something, but Kyler's a bigger guy for his size, whereas Bryce is just a young guy, or not a young guy, a small guy. So it's like physically, he's not great. And like when you talk about the NFL, you have to have some talent. Like, you have to have some physicality, I mean, right? Yes, a lot of the NFL game is mental, being able to understand, should you throw it to your first read, throw it to your third read, exactly how to, look over the field. But if you have to jump to look over your lineman to see the field, can't do anything as well. My UFL team is the Panthers as well. I will say, granted, we still have a few months to see what the teams end up being, but I feel like Michigan's got a really good shot at being a, championship contending team next year. As long as we see, Birmingham take a little bit of a step back and Michigan stay the same. Because, Nolan was able to make that team a lot better in year 2 than they were in year 1 under Jeff Fisher. Then in Nolan's second season as head coach, he improved the team even more. We'll see what he does in year 3. Because at the moment, it really does look like that whole, talk of, all these coaches are going to leave the UFL. It really looks like DeFilippo's the only one. From everything we're seeing, it looks like everyone else is going to return. Could we get a shock and see somebody leave? Sure. At this point, I feel like it's going to be the same 7 coaches with Wisenhunt replacing DeFilippo. GG's G-Man, I think our game is done. Let's go to that one. G-Man's at 76. Magoo Mania's at 44. You only got 3 guys playing. Yeah. Wow, CJ Stroud really let you down. Algier a little bit. Jaden Reed let you down. Wow, that was... Yeah, I see what you mean. That is definitely not the best. I see. All I know for me, my game is unbelievably close. I'm going to have to rely on Nick Chubb scoring one last touchdown to give me a really good shot at winning this game. Okay, let's see. Carolina is at the 35. One man behind Dalton. Dalton's under center. Bit of motion. Dalton hands the ball off for a 0-yard gain. The Michigan Panthers, the official Jake Bates Stan account. What a great name change. Dude, even Breland Speaks is talking about him online. They're saying, "I know that guy." You gotta love it. Michigan Panthers. Dalton with about a 4-yard gain there on the throw. This is just, it's not looking good for the team. It's Marvin Harrison Jr. 40-point game coming. I don't know about that one. NFL Steelers, USFL the Maulers. Would love to see the Maulers come back, even if they put them in like Canton, which I doubt they would, but it'd be great to see them back. Cortland Sutton scored nothing. Truly, the game of our century was me versus Big Boy Phillips. Let me go look at the score of that one. Oh my God! Yeah, I see what you mean. Okay, I see. That's a Jalen Polk with a 0 burger. My God. Oh no, he scored a touchdown already. That's not good. That is not good. I might lose this week. Njoku did not need to score that touchdown. That does not help me whatsoever. But, okay. So, as back for the Panthers, it is not looking good. I think it's cool how Jake Bates made the move with the Michigan Panthers to the Detroit Lions, especially because it was like after that first week, it was like there was rumors that, the team was talking to him. They kept doing it. He got the job. They got an injury to their kicker, and he's made it work. Like, he had some struggles in training camp, but at the end of the day, right, he had that incredible game last week, and now this week you're looking at Bates. He just kicked a game-winning field goal, right? I mean, it is awesome to see this happen. It really is. Now, if you haven't already, make sure to like this stream. We got 2 likes in the stream so far. Want to try and get back to, like, getting at least 10 each, naturally. You can try. I'm trying, but we were pretty much averaging around that for the live stream. So if you haven't already, do that. Maulers to Pittsburgh, no exceptions. I agree. If they bring him back, they should be in Pittsburgh. I mean, I believe Highmark was getting some sort of expansion, if I remember correctly, the last time I looked it up. And even without it, it's still a okay size stadium. Well, I mean, if almost no other team's going to average over 10K, I mean, why not play in like a 10K stadium field or seat field, But yeah. We'll see. Again, a lot of people expect that in 2026 we will see teams, be brought back to the UFL, which, again, I think New Orleans is pretty much like the closest thing to like if any team's going to come back, right, they're the team that's going to come back above any other one. It just makes too much sense. Like, why wouldn't you, essentially? So, that's kind of where we're at there. But, man, this game is going to be... Panthers punting immediately. I've got a feeling this is going to be one of those games where we're going to get to halftime. It's going to be like something probably like the Washington Commanders win probability is already 85%. I just saw that. That is diabolical that it's that bad already. Dude, the game started like 10 minutes ago. Man, the Carolina Panthers are not a good team. You know what, though? The Mets are good. I get to enjoy that. Hopefully they keep their series alive today. A 3-1 comeback in any sport is pretty damn hard to do. But, the Mets, whenever they win a World Series, it's usually when they have no business doing so. And this year they were supposed to be tanking, and all of a sudden they're good. So hopefully that happens. Real Madrid is still a good team. And, the Mavericks got to a finals. They blew it, but they got there, so... You know what? If every other one of my teams is going to be at least a playoff contender, I guess the Carolina Panthers have to suffer for that. I would bring up the Hurricanes, but man, I love knowing that I'm going to be let down every year with that team. 2023, Maulers, Mark Gilbert was special. Dude, that defense was special. The amount of guys who were playing out of their mind in that team was just... Like, points allowed-wise and some of the stats, it might not have seemed like they were good, but dude, that defense was so good. It really was. Watson injured himself. Yeah, it was like a non-contact injury. It looked like his Achilles just straight up popped. Like you could see it pop, so that happened. Replace the NFL Panthers with the UFL Panthers. Obviously, everything would have to be run manually, but imagine if we had a UFL Fantasy League. I know some people did it. I do not remember where they were doing it, but I remember hearing about it. Watson injuring himself was a blessing from God. Dude, it's like when that Nick Chubb injury happened, everybody was like trying to manifest the pain into Deshaun Watson. First game back. I look away for 1 second. I turn back around. Commies throw a 45-yard pass. It's gonna be bad. But like everybody's joking about the manifesting and all that, and now the first game he's back, Nick Chubb scores a touchdown. And 2 plays before his touchdown was when Deshaun gets hurt. It's wild. Man, I can't believe that, dude. The commies are they're already at the 46 or the 44. Some motion in front of Daniels. Daniels got one running back with him. Some motion behind him. He's got two running backs, one on his right, one on his left. Does a handoff on the second attempt, and it's going to be about a 7-yard rush right there. Couldn't have happened to a more deserving guy. Bro, we gotta love how everybody collectively just hates this guy, bro. Because it's like the whole situation is just like wild. Like, dude was like the best QB in the league. Unironically, was arguably it. Then he, doesn't want to play for the Texans anymore. Then it comes out about, hey, he may have been, doing something bad. Then that something bad went to a lot of bad things. And then, he got traded, got a ton of guaranteed money for basically no reason. And now he's super ass. Is the worst contract signing ever? I would agree. That was so bad. I mean, you gave him... Like, look, is the Russell Wilson extension up there? Yes, the Broncos gave an extension to a guy that had never played for him. But the Deshaun Watson one, you gave a guy who hadn't played football in over a year a ton of money when he had all these legal troubles, which he's now having again. Yeah, that might be. It's one of them. Jaden Daniels does a quick handoff, and it's going to be about he's still running about to the 35-ish yard line. That is going to be about a 8-9 yard gain. It's going to be about 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. I would not be shocked if they throw a deep shot touchdown or just do a basic, run down the middle for 2-yard first down. May have had some touchy time. Dude, Deshaun Watson. Dude, Diddy Watson he's something else, It's his career's done pretty much. I mean, let's call it like it is. His career's basically done. Which, I mean, I don't think anyone's really upset about it except Deshaun Watson. Because, I mean, like, I don't know who would sign him. Who would sign a guy that the last couple of years he's been outplayed by every backup he's had and his legal troubles? And yes, the commies did do a run right down the middle for about a 3-yard gain for a first down. Hard time finding a physical therapist who wants to help him out. Dude, Diddy Watson is, he's done. He's done. The Raiders. Okay, so there we go. It's working. Of course, as soon as I go to put it in chat that, hey, my mic isn't working, it works. God, I really don't want a Bluetooth microphone because every time I have a Bluetooth thing, it always tries to mess up at some point. But, like, dude, I barely tapped it and it said, I don't want to work. Alright. And again, it's been like 20 seconds and now Washington is at the 7-yard line about to score a touchdown. 1st and goal. Nice pass out to the right for a 4-ish yard gain. It's going to be about 2nd and 5. Well, 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line. The power of chat. Dude, Saquon at 170 yards. That's diabolical. All right. 2nd and goal at the 5 for Washington to try and get up 14-0. Again, I do kind of want them to get blown out just because it'd be funny. I don't think the Panthers are going to win. I knew they weren't going to go. Gotta go, man. It's been fun. Here's a little something on my way out. Thank you again, G-Man. G-Man has always been, the number one guy on these live streams for Super Chats. It's just, dude's been a legend for the channel. Again, I hope you're having fun time with your family. I do think the Chiefs are going to win. So I do, think they're going to get the W for you. The Chiefs just keep winning. I know most of us don't want to see the Chiefs win, but G-Man, he dealt with a lot of crap with the Memphis Showboats being terrible. So for his sake, I really hope the Chiefs do get the W today. And plus, I honestly am a 49ers hater. So again, thank you again, G-Man. G-Man got a membership for somebody, has a membership, and always donates. He's easily been the biggest supporter of the channel in that way. So again, have a great time with your family, man. And you know what? If the game ends up being a blowout or something, maybe you can join back, because this stream will probably go till about 7-ish whenever the game ends, whenever the Commies game ends, which probably be around 7, so we'll see. But again, it's been a great one. WG, man, I agree. I mean, when we did the US or the UFL streams, Adam was here all the time, but for the NFL streams, it's really been, Nope, G-Man, Michael Bias was usually here for most of them. And then Mole's been here a decent amount. You've been here, Kicksurfer. So, I mean, he's been one of the guys who's, always on these live streams. And again, wow, the Panthers did hold him. Kick is good. It is a 10-0 game for the Commies. But, I mean, again, it's, I do kind of want to go back to streaming more. It just got to a point where it was taking a lot out of me to stream for 3.5 hours. But now I really don't have much else I'm doing on the weekends to a lot of degree. So, I mean, if I can stream at least once every 2 weeks, I'm going to try and do it. Because, I know a lot of you do enjoy the streams and all that, interacting and all that, answering questions, just having a good time, BSing about random things, right? Because, I usually pick games that are, either with UFL players in it or games that are like this one where I'm going to put on a Panthers jersey and just laugh when they get their asses handed to them. So these are definitely some of the, fun things to do. And I do kind of miss not streaming over the last, while. So, yeah. The Panthers purge. The Panthers are just so bad. The Panthers suck, bro. This team is not good. I forgot to check the score of that game. Titans. Need to see if my man Josh Wiley got some good looks. Josh Wiley had 3 receptions for 34 yards. Let's go. Fun fact, Josh Wiley is my second favorite Cincinnati Bearcat player of all time. And so he is currently, on an active roster, he's my favorite NFL player at the moment. Because my favorite is on the practice squad right now. Fun fact. I do regret. I don't know why I haven't gotten one. I just haven't gotten a Josh Wiley jersey. I haven't bought a jersey in a year and a half, so I just haven't. But the next one I get is going to be him. Put that down there. Trying to pull up something else. Panthers purge. Man, I hate how sometimes the thing lags on here, but yeah. Man, the Panthers are gonna suck. I wish I could say things that aren't negative, but it's just true. Well, since we are on a commercial break or just getting out of it, again, if you haven't already, make sure to like the stream. Again, we're trying to, get some decent likes on them, trying to hit 10 every stream. If you've been a fan of the channel for a while, think about becoming a community member. Currently, I believe it's 8 community member videos that you would get access to immediately on becoming one. I believe it's 8. It might be 9. And then, you get access to team emojis and all that. And if you, just joined the stream and you haven't seen the channel, I cover the UFL, do NFL game, live streams like this. So subscribe if you haven't. And, we're back to watching the Panthers lose because I got a feeling they're about to go 3-and-out again. Or, they're going to get 1 first down. It's going to be a good play, like a 15, 20-yard gain, and then they're going to get a 3-and-out on the second go-around. That's my guess. I know the last stream we did, I believe it was the last one I did, there was, a couple of plays that were just, I just bang, bang, bang called out, immediately. I would love to do that again. I think it was the Saints-Cowboys where I had those couple of plays that were just wild. Going back here, I gave you a thumbs up. Thank you, bro, I read Nope, saw my message, and knew I was talking to Joe, and I was like, what did I just do? Okay, thank you, Joe. That's the one thing about chat. When you see stuff move at the wrong time, it's just bad. All right, first play might be a first down. It's not the 15-yard gain I think it was going to be, but it might be that. So we'll see. Next start. This is almost as bad as the Giants. Yeah. Next star QB for the Houston Roughnecks, Dorian Thompson. Hey, DTR, he had a couple of those really crazy ones. Hope the 49ers win. I don't know what it is, honestly. I've just never been a 49ers fan, really. Like, there was... Let me rephrase that. When they had Jimmy G, and everybody was clowning him for, like, one of those years, I was like, no, he's going to be good. And Andy Dalton throws another interception at about the 45-yard line. It is taken back to the other 35-yard line. There is a flag. We will see what it is, but by the looks of it, it looks like it's probably offensive holding. I don't know what it is, but I've never been a huge 49ers fan. I guess it's just because there's a lot of things I think that their fan base, like, I personally think Brock Purdy, again, I don't think he's bad. I just think he's overrated. Like, I don't think he's a top 5 QB like 49ers fans will try and say. But yeah. It's more, I want the Chiefs to lose. That's valid. That's a valid reason. The Taylor Swift, the Swifties, is Jalen Daniels. I remember hearing him. Oh yeah, the guy from Kansas. Yeah, I could see that. There's a couple of college QBs right now that would be really good that I could see coming. I mean, I could see like a Cam Rising go to it. Like, Cam Rising is going to be ancient, dude. He's going to return for another season, I'm pretty sure. So, I mean, I could see, like, him get a UFL shot. I could see that. Okay, I didn't hear it, but it was a penalty on the offense, so I think I called that one right. There was a penalty on the return, but yes, it is another interception. Which means that we might see Bryce Young trot out onto the field. I don't want to see Bryce Young on the field, but he's probably going to be on the field. Man, it's just... I don't know what it is. It's just, dude, watching the Panthers, it's like, it just sucks the life out of me. Because I'm like, I know they're going to lose, and they always find a new way to, like, make you just, like, they'll give you that one win out of nowhere to give you hope or something, and they'll just rip it away from you. Like, last week, they had a couple of close calls. If I remember correctly, it was last week against the Falcons, and they just kept choking it. Like, every opportunity they had, they choked it. It was bad. And now we might see Bryce Young go on the field because Andy's not been looking good. And now you're going to have people talking about how Bryce Young, it's not his fault. When, like, is it his fault the team sucked fully? No. But is he really a good QB? No. And it's just, it's not going to be good. It is not going to be a good thing to watch. That's for sure. But we'll see. Look over here. Commercial break again. I don't know what it is. It's just the Carolina Panthers issues. Like I talked about it in the members video. There are things about the Panthers that can be blamed on Tepper. A lot of it can be, but I personally think that using Tepper as a scapegoat undermines some of the facts. Some of the things that is bad about the team in a different way. The Panthers, ever since the injury to Cam, have pretty much done everything wrong in a lot of ways. And a big one is, it is a lot of Tepper, but it's also just that the talent on the field never seems to really gel the way it should. Now, there are times where it looks good, like early in the season, the O-line was doing really good. But just while a lot of it is on the Tepper firing people, it is a lot of it on Tepper. Most of it's on Tepper. I do think there are a couple of years that the players take some blame or injuries, right? The CMC thing, McCaffrey was getting hurt like literally every year at one point. So you had to get rid of him when you could, and then he ends up being healthy for like 1 year, and now he's going to be out for a while. We need to have a coach and GM stay here for a few years, which with the owner we have, I don't think it's going to happen. And our owner's a child, so I mean, hate to see it. Chiefs go for the fake and 4th and 1 and don't get it. Not surprised. They can't get everything. They can get a lot of things. They can't get everything. I mean, they can't get every good play. They can get a lot of them. but sometimes they gotta at least get screwed over once in a while. Jaden Daniels has one man behind him. He is in shotgun. Motion up front. Daniels fakes the handoff, goes back to pass, getting chased, and he is sacked. That is going to be about a 6-yard loss. It's going to be about 3rd and 12 after that. Kind of shocking to see that happen. I would have expected him to actually throw it there. You know, that's part of the growing pains, right? When you're like a dual threat QB coming out of like college especially, a lot of it is like a, you know, you're used to being able to get away from everything. That's pretty much it. You okay there, buddy? You live in the Carolina area. I live in North Carolina, and I have not been to a Panthers game in person. Wait, let me refresh. Let me make sure. I went to like a preseason one a long time ago, but I haven't gone to an actual game. And a lot of it is because I want to go to a pro game. The Hurricanes are like less than an hour away from me. And it's hard to justify driving 3 hours to watch a Panthers team where I genuinely don't think they're really going to win. So that's kind of the deal with the Panthers in that regard. You know, it's like, why do I want to, you know, do all this work going to games, you know, to see them lose? That's just kind of how it is. So it is what it is. Jaden Daniels drops back, throw it. It's 3rd and 15. They gave him a decent amount of yards. Oh, and he slightly overshot his receiver. You could try and blame the receiver for not taking a steeper cut or a less steep cut, but that could have been a big play right there that would have put him in 1st and goal area, but it is going to be 4th and 15. Now we'll see what they do exactly here. Probably going to punt it, but they might try a long field goal. We'll see. They are going to be punting it, which is very rare for this team because, I mean, they usually do not punt. I mean, they're just showing the stat line right now. Fewest punts in the first 6 games. It's like literally like 11 punts. They just don't punt. Which, admittedly, is because 2 of those games were, you know, 0 punt games. But punt is up. It is looking to be at the 10. Fair cop. I live in Hawaii, so it's very hard for me to see an NFL or a UFL game. Yeah, especially in person. That would definitely be a tough one. I mean, Hawaii's time zone is like, what, 2 hours behind California? So even just watching a game, like if a game's on at around like 11 a.m. Eastern here, it's basically unwatchable over there. Right, I'm trying to make sure I'm not fumbling the time zones. Hawaii time zone to EST. Let's see. 6 hours behind the Eastern Seaboard. Okay. So 6 a.m. Yeah, so that's... Yeah, dude, even watching a live game, I can see what you mean. That would even suck just watching a live game, because 6 hours behind... You know, this is one thing that's great about the East Coast, because the fact that, you know, it's like what some people will say, the whole reason why, you know, UFL is more focused on the East Coast is because of the fact that the East Coast has more people in it. Because, like, if you're in the East Coast, it's just everything's better. The only thing that kind of sucks is the fact that, you know, games usually end at, like, 12 a.m. almost. But, you know, games start relatively early, but not super early. Like, you know, 1 o'clock is a really good start time for, you know, the afternoon games to start, so... 10 seconds left in the first quarter. Let's see if they do a play or they're just going to try and draw the offsides. 3, 2, 1. Go into the second quarter. I will say, you need to... You need to start doing, you know... I hate when all these teams do the same thing over and over. They, you know, line up with like 10 seconds left and they end up not doing a play. Like, you keep doing that, they're never going to jump. You have to once in a while do like something, boom. It is what it is. It's like a 7 a.m. game. Yeah, that... Dude, that's... Man, I'm just not a morning person. I could not imagine living somewhere like on the West Coast or farther west like Hawaii, where I have to get up super early to watch football. Like, I mean, for you to watch the London game, you basically have to be up at I don't remember exactly what time it starts, but if you wanted to watch that, you would have to be up at like around like 5 a.m., 4 a.m. to watch the London game, like something absolutely crazy. Oh my god, I couldn't imagine that. I mean, I already hate getting up early to watch it at like 9 a.m. I don't get it. 6 years of DJ and fans aren't insane. You know what? Nope. The Giants at least can, hang their hat on. They have 2 Super Bowl rings, with Eli Manning. And then plus you have the rings you had, before Eli. Whereas, like, the Panthers, we've gotten there twice. That's it. The Lions haven't even gotten there. So at least you have that. Chiefs INT, then a 49ers INT. That reminds me of the Panthers-Stallions game where both teams just traded turnovers for a whole quarter and thought that was a fun game. Oh my god, that sucked. Browns star Myles Garrett calls out Browns fans who booed Deshaun Watson after he was injured. I've got a feeling that is coming straight from the owner telling him to say that, or he's gonna get some sort of cut. Cause ain't no way in hell you're gonna say that, bro. I'm sorry. Marcus Mariota's in at QB. I didn't even realize that. I forgot about that. It's just, man, I kind of hate watching the Panthers. I love how I picked this game though. I'm in all honesty, I'm just hoping the Mets win today. Like, I could care less who wins this game. I just want the Mets to win today. I want them to keep their season alive. Okay, so, son, why you gotta do this? This is the one thing that sucks about painting a room is that you take a little bit too long. You don't have blinds put up because you're painting. And I've got like an outdoor shutter on the window I'm getting hit by. The shutter, there's like about a 2-inch gap, and that is literally where I'm getting hit. 2nd and 6 for Carolina. First play of the second quarter. Andy Dalton hands the ball off. It is going to be about a 1, maybe 1.5 yard gain on the first down or the second down play. It's going to be about 3rd and 5. I don't like that. I will say I hate to say it, but I really do not want to see Xavier Legette do too much today, just because of the fact that I had him on my bench, and I don't want him to score like 6+ points because then I'll feel really bad that I didn't start him. Granted, I'm probably going to lose today. I don't know for sure. I mean, I'm currently projected 10 points less than my opponent. A lot of it just has to do with Brock Bowers having a really good game right now. And Terry McLaurin naturally could be good, but... See, Dalton drops back to the pass, and he's going to get sacked for a 5-yard loss. Oh my god. Dude, the Carolina Panthers, they know how to make everything worse. It is awesome. At least I have fantasy. I mean, I've said it before, right? My whole shtick was, make it till Nick Chubb and TJ Hawkinson are back. First game back, Nick Chubb gets me 10 points. It's not like it was crazy, but this was his first game back, so we'll take it. Josh Jacobs finally did good. It's just that my receiver position is now being questionable because Brock Bowers, unironically, has been like one of 2 good tight ends all year. And I was very high on him out of the draft. I actually thought he got stolen by the Raiders. I thought the Raiders absolutely robbed the NFL when they got him as late as they did. And it has been the case. It's been the case. I'm blowing this dude out. Yeah, it was. I saw that score earlier and I checked it. It's pretty crazy. I just gotta kind of hope that when Hawkinson gets back, he ends up being good because I'm unironically gonna have to run 2 tight ends in my fantasy lineup. All likelihood, I'm gonna have to put probably Hawkinson in the flex. It's just Pierce literally gets you. Alec Pierce is the definition of a boomer bust receiver. He either gets you 20+ or less than 5. Like if you play Alec Pierce and he gets you 10 points, that's like a miracle because it's just not expected. Because that's the whole thing with Pierce is he is a deep threat merchant. And so, like today, he got 2 lower receptions, which is wild for him, where he got, only 3.5 points. But I mean, 6 games, he boomed 3 of them and busted 2 of them, right? When you're booming or busting in all but 1 game, that is crazy. And after today, it will be, 5 of 7 because he technically hit a okay mark today. But he scored 21, 16, 5, 2, 22, 0, 3.5. So, it is what it is. But again, it is what it is. Let's go back to Nope's game, because I know Nope's game, big boy pull-ups. Being granted, it's like the classic, you know, AFK kind of thing, 2 guys benched, but even with this guy starting, I mean, dude, he got some bad ones. There are a couple of close matchup. Max's MLW channel and Scooby Wright ? Is a very close game right now. Wow, Montreal Gladiators are absolutely obliterating the Flaming Thumbtacks. Though, granted, there's still a lot of guys left to be played for the Thumbtacks. So, that's cool. Dylan's Dangerous Team versus Boogie Roberts is currently projected total 0.2 different. That's wild. And the Detroit Gunslingers, dude, Chris, I know people on X who like don't follow the fantasy league thinking all of like Detroit Gunslingers trades are terrible. Dude, the Lions strategy is working. He has one real loss because his other loss was to me when he had no Lions playing because they were on bye. I mean, they scored him 105.6 points. Now, granted, Roy still could pull it off, but I mean, dude, Breece Hall has like sucked all year, so we'll see. Here we are for Game 6. I will say, if we make it to a Game 7, well, that'll be tomorrow, so probably not. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I wouldn't stream tomorrow. If I didn't stream today and the Mets forced a Game 7, I probably would stream it. And the first down play is about an 8-yard gain for the Washington Commanders. Dude, this is going to be bad. This is going to be bad. The Commanders suck. Well, not the Commanders, the Panthers. But I expected this. Man, I can't believe this is how bad they are. Like, I just don't want to watch the Chiefs again. Like, I'm sick and tired of watching the Chiefs every single week. Jane Daniels throwing his helmet on the sideline. Is Marcus Mariota still in QB? I think he is. Yeah, he still is. Handoff on second down is going to be about a 7-yard gain. Washington has crossed midfield. They're going to be about at the 45-yard line. I hated seeing Shaq go down again like a couple weeks ago. Shaq Thompson getting hurt sucked. Bryce Young is talking to Dalton. Maybe Bryce is going to come in. I hope not, but he probably will. Cliff Kingsbury, I forgot he's there. I always forget about him. Former coach of the Cardinals. Drops back to pass. Throws a deep shot out to the right. Incomplete, but there's a flag. It is going to be defensive pass interference. The Commies are going to get the ball at about the 18-ish yard line. This is going to be essentially a free touchdown for him, or at least a free field goal again. Yep, was pass interference on the defense. Not a shock whatsoever. Yep, they're going to get the ball at about the 15-yard line. Dude, this sun is like really aggravating me. Because only when I like turn my head does it barely hit my eye. Marcus Mariota. He's one of those QBs you just can't believe is still in the league. To think, bro, the two 2015 guys, him and Jameis Winston, are playing today, or did play today, in Winston's case is wild. Mariota hands off the ball on first down. Great stop right there for about a 7-yard gain. That's what you want to see in a running back right there. That's like kind of like the OG Le'Veon Bell type of move. He was running, stopped, saw the hole, ran through it. That's great running back right there. Or great play right there. Running the ball a lot, but again, it makes sense. As I've always talked about, if you're running down somebody's throat, you just keep doing it, and you once in a while throw a play action pass. First down rush, and it is going to be a touchdown, maybe? They call it a touchdown on the field. 16-0 Commies over Carolina. This is going to be good. Man, the Panthers suck. Panthers are going to get annihilated. Marcus Mariota is cooking them, bro. Hey, you just got to hand the ball off to him. That's all you got to do. Juju Smith-Schuster is hurt. AOC is hurt. Mahomes has 7 interceptions in 6 games. That's hilarious. Jared Goff is averaging a league-high 11.6 yards per attempt under pressure this season. No other QBs above 9. Like I was talking about earlier, he's one of the best QBs in the league this year. Kevin Stefanski believes Deshaun Watson is out for the season with a torn Achilles. Yeah, wouldn't shock me. And is anybody really upset about it? Not really. Truly a season to behold. The Washington Commanders win percentage is now up to 94.4%. Again, Not even shocked in the slightest. Show 4 post. That's what it looks like. Yeah, I already saw that. I mean, like I said, is anybody really upset about it, though? Like, is anybody actually upset about, oh, no, Deshaun Watson's hurt. Oh, whatever shall we do? Like, no, ain't nobody care. If anything, they all happy. We all happy that he's hurt. Homie did just, oh, man. He put, as Stephen A. joking, well, said in all seriousness, he should be arrested for it. For his terrible play. I will say, this season, like I said, though, this NFL season is one that, in a lot of ways, should be a bigger deal, but it really does feel like kind of a media, or just an okay season. Again, I think a lot of it is the college football season has been really good. For those of you who watch college football, it's been incredible this year. I mean, yesterday had 3 top 25 matchups. My God. That Texas game shocked me. I really thought that was going to be a Texas W. I will say, AP poll hasn't come out today, right? I'm pretty sure it's supposed to come out today. AP top 25 college football. It is. They did come out today. Okay, so the AP top 25. Okay, so Oregon did go to number 1. I just want the ranking. I don't need to see. Oh my God. Oregon is number 1. Not surprised. Georgia number 2, Penn State 3, Ohio State 4, Texas 5. Alabama dropped to 15, K-State at 16, Vanderbilt is 25, Army's at 23. Did they even move up? I don't think so. And Navy is 24. Yeah, the only team that dropped out was Michigan. Washington State came close to being ranked. Not too shocked. The only issue with the top 25 this year was you only had like 2 teams, or it was like 3 teams lose, but they were all like, big matchups, so where it's not going to do anything except Michigan's loss. So, not too shocked that that's, all that changed. Bearcats are probably 1 or 2 wins away from getting ranked, which is cool to see. Because, I mean, who do they play next week? They play Colorado next week. Unironically, that's going to be a game I really would... Would you guys want a college football stream? Because I might stream that one. Unironically, that might be the game I stream next week if I stream again. I would stream the Bearcats versus the Buffaloes. As a Steelers fan, I love Watson as the Browns QB. That is a great feeling when you know you've got a terrible QB in your division. You get a free W. Do TJ Watt versus him. Oh my God. Let's pull it out poll. Let's start a poll. Should I do bear? Okay, dude. Why am I spelling this wrong? A live. Dude, this is what happens when you're tired as hell. Like, I'm literally, like, fumbling everything I'm trying to type out right now, and it's actually sad. Like, I'm putting dashes where there's not supposed to be dashes. I'm, like, spelling things that I shouldn't be spelling wrong. Of the Bearcats versus Buffaloes on Saturday. There we go. Okay. There's my poll. Should I do a live play-by-play of the Bearcats versus Buffaloes on Saturday? I completely forgot the game was this upcoming week. That's a game where all odds say whoever wins that game is going to be ranked. Because the Buffaloes have been a lot better than people thought they were going to be this year. And Cincinnati's been a lot better than people thought they were going to be. So, I mean, I would rather do that than any NFL game, in all honesty. Because that's just, I mean, there's a huge matchup right there. It's at Colorado. Let's see. Cincinnati is, at least they were 3-point underdogs. Makes sense, though. I mean, it's a huge game because, both teams are 5-2, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's 5-2. Yeah, 5-2 and 5-2. So whoever wins that game is going to be 6-2, and I would say that it's a guaranteed. Whoever wins that game is going to be ranked. I would bet money on that probably. So vote on that poll. I probably will. If I'm going to live stream next weekend, it's going to be that game. Because that's such a huge matchup for Cincinnati. Mizzou scared me low-key, but Brady cooked. Life of a Panthers fan. Dude, Missouri's been good this year. I mean, they did choke that one game, if I remember correctly, a couple of weeks ago. Like, yeah, the A&M game hurt really bad, them losing to them. But, I mean, the barely win over Vanderbilt really doesn't look that bad. It was just, you know, the one loss they had to Texas. So, yeah. Let's see. Well, Missouri draw. Oh, yeah, that's right. They lost to A&M. I forgot about that. Master chokers. Dude, the Panthers suck. Okay, I don't know why this fell. Did anything crack on this? No, nothing happened. Okay, it just fell down. Put that down. Okay. Commies are forcing the Panthers on a third down. 0-0 in the Chiefs 49ers game is wild. That is wild. 3rd and 2 for the Panthers. Do they pull it off? I doubt it. Let's see. I mean, you should run it here, but I got a feeling they're going to do like a play action. Let me see if they got somebody in shotgun. I feel like this is going to be a play action and completion. Ball snapped. They did hand it off. Okay, good decision. Though they did get stopped probably about half a yard short. Which isn't good. Well, we got 3 votes on the poll, and all of them are yes. So, okay, I'm trying to end the poll. So, why are you not letting me? Oh, it's because my tab crashed. Let's go. Okay, well, I got to restart that one. Well, yeah, of course I'm going to reset it. Okay. End poll. There we go. 3-0 49ers. Finally. Another bad play. They went for it in 4th down. They failed. Washington is already almost in field goal right there. Gets stopped before the line to gain. Hey, it's better than everything else they do, bro. The Carolina Panthers are just... Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Colorado versus Cincinnati game. That's all I can say. I'm on to tonight with the Mets game, and then I got the Colorado-Cincy game. I mean, dude, I did not think Cincinnati was going to be that good this year, dude. Brendan Sorsby has been really solid most of the year. He's going to start Villanarca going insane. Like I said, the Mavericks got to the NBA Finals. The Mets got to the NLCS when they were supposed to be tanking. Real Madrid is... They're not winning like they should, but they're still, going to be in contention for everything. The Michigan Panthers just got to the, USFL championship game. So, it's just the Panthers that suck. Like, I know the Hurricanes are going to make the playoffs. They're going to blow it in, the second round, but the Hurricanes will make it. I mean, if the Carolina Panthers have to suck for every other one of my teams to be good, then I'm fine. Kyle Larson is easily the favorite to win the NASCAR championship. That's another one that's going good for me. So, I'm okay with it. Valentina got her belt back, so pretty much every one of my favorite teams or, person in a sport is doing good except Carolina. So, we'll take it. Let's see. Shotgun for the Commies. Drops back only a step or two, running to the left, throwing out to the left now. It is incomplete. 3rd and 7 now. What is the score in the fantasy game? I am losing. That's not good. I need Brock Bowers to do more things. And I need Terry McLaurin to start doing things. Alexander Madison having 7 points in the first 15 or the first 20 minutes is not what I wanted to see. I mean, dude, Javonte Williams and David Njoku getting my opponent 50 points almost is... That's diabolical. That's not what I wanted to see. Go back over here. Okay, I'm trying not to hit my cord so it doesn't mess up my audio again. 1st and 10 for the Commies. Ball snap, drops back 2 steps, quarterback draw, runs up, just 1-2 yards short of the first down by Marcus Mariota. Got to go up against G-Man. Didn't go up against you, though. I know I remembered my schedule, but I don't anymore on there. I know the standings. Let me see. If I lose today, I'll be at 4-3 in fantasy. 4-3 is going to drop me probably, but it's an 18 playoff. The entire West is still, not the entire West, but the West as a whole is still weaker. I mean, I'm going to be losing to, oh no, I'm going to be the first loss. Peter Griffin's first W. You know, that's actually not bad, because then at least, I'm not giving a win to somebody that really matters me going against, That would suck. Holding on Washington. Dude, no way he just got more points. Austin Seabear. How did he get... This ain't going good. This ain't going good for me in fantasy. I'm taking an L this week. I know it. Dude, Cincinnati's still glazing their win yesterday over the Sun Devils. Like, I get it was a great win, but, like, bro, come on. Saturday is Taporia versus Holloway. Nice. Bro, ESPN's trying to push F1. I'm sorry. No. No. Kevin Stefanski has confirmed the initial diagnosis of an Achilles. That's what it looks like. Oh no, Deshaun Watson's out for the year. I feel so bad for Cleveland and Deshaun. Dude, we get Jameis Winston back. That's what we need. Liberty Professional Jokers. 8 passing yards and winning. I love what money can buy you when your quarterback doesn't get paid. It's like I was talking about an hour ago. Dude, quarterbacks getting paid is not what you need to see. You need quarterbacks to not get paid. That's how you win games. Like if you have like a top paid quarterback, like a top 3 paid quarterback, you're probably not winning anything because you're probably not affording anybody else. But I will say, dude, the Jets all of a sudden are looking a lot better. They get Devontae Adams, Hassan Reddick out of left field is back on the team. I mean, they're gonna look really good now. We'll see what they do tonight, though. I don't remember if Hassan is playing though tonight. Kick is up. And it is good. That's not good for me. I needed him to miss that kick. I'm going against him in fantasy. That's not what I want to see. Let's go up here. They are still the Jets, choke before the playoffs. We'll see. I mean, they're going against Russell Wilson. Like, I mean, let's call it like it is. I mean, Russell Wilson is not a good quarterback. Really, at this point, he's a very mid quarterback, if that. I would hate to, I don't know if I could say he's even better than Justin Fields at all. So, I mean, they basically shot themselves in the foot with their quarterback pick for the game. So, kind of helps him out there. Ricky Pearsall literally got shot in the chest and still came back before McCaffrey. That's true. Dude, the memes coming out from earlier today is wild. But it is what it is. My bad, Jay Cutler decision. They're still the... I mean... let me look at this Hassan Reddick thing. Hassan... Is he playing today? I would imagine he plays today, but I don't know for sure. We'll see. I think that the Jets will be better. The fact is that they did almost beat the Bills last week, and even though the Bills got, Amari Cooper, the fact is the Bills were a better team than the Jets, and the Jets nearly beat them then. Aaron Rodgers historically needs to have connection with his receivers. That's why he always wants to have receivers he's had before. So he's now getting receivers back, essentially. And with him getting Devontae back, it should make it a lot easier, of course, for guys like Garrett Wilson now, because now your number one receiver is Devontae Adams. So now that makes Garrett Wilson have an easier job, as he's going to have, worse players covering him, essentially. So I do think that this is going to help them be a better team. Now, do they make the playoffs is a different story. Because the Colts keep winning. Like, the Colts are not a good team. Okay, the Colts are barely winning a lot of these games. But as the saying goes, a win is a win, right? If you get wins, that's all that matters. That's how you make the playoffs. So the Colts after today are 4-3. This game is a big one for the Jets because if they win this, they make the Steelers go to 4-3 as well. But the Bengals are surging. They've won 2 straight. They're 3-4. The Chargers are currently 3-2. The Broncos are 4-3. The Chiefs are 5-0. If the Jets lose this game, they drop to 2-5, and they make the Steelers 5-2. If they lose the game today, it's going to be really hard for them to make the playoffs. So it's all about tonight. They need to win tonight, and I think they know that, and that's why I think the Jets do win tonight. Because if the Jets lose this game, they'd have to almost win out to make the playoffs, right? Because the entire AFC West, outside of the Raiders, is like really good this year, or at least, much better than last year. The AFC North, once again, could have 3 playoff teams, and the AFC South could have 2. Again, if the Colts keep finding ways to win games, I mean, they're on pace to finish, like 9-8, 10-6, or 10-7. The Jets, a loss today makes that really hard. Daniel Jones has not thrown a touchdown pass at MetLife Stadium in 21 months. Gotta love it. So that's kind of my feeling on the Devontae Adams thing with Jets. I think that they understand that this is a win now moment, right? Because Aaron Rodgers is one of those quarterbacks that you could easily see him retire or play another 5 years. Like, I would not be shocked if you told me anything. But if he were to retire this year, I mean, the Jets are screwed. They know it. So, I understand why the Jets are doing this all-in, quote-unquote, move for Devontae Adams. I do get it. It is desperate, but I think that the Devontae Adams move for the Jets will end up helping them. I don't think it's going to do enough, though. I don't think they make the playoffs. They've already started their season off so poorly. They need to win tonight. If they win tonight, they could. If they lose tonight, it's pretty much over for them. Like, I don't see the Jets going on like an 8-0 run. I mean, let me look at the Jets schedule while we're still in commercial break. Excuse me. The Jets schedule, they get a free win over the Patriots. But then they have to play the Texans, Cardinals, Colts, Seahawks, Dolphins, Jags, Rams, Bills, Dolphins. That's their schedule for the rest of the year. Realistically, they could win against the Patriots, win against the Cardinals. Because they're at home, they could beat the Colts and Seahawks. Dolphins, pending if Tua is back. We'll give them one of the Dolphins games. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Realistically, they could probably win 6 games within reason. If they win 6 of their games at this moment, that would put them at 8-10. No, 8-9. Now, if they win tonight, that could put them at 9-8. So they would have to pull off like 2 real upsets, and even then, that's saying they beat Seattle, which that's a task. That is something I don't think they can really do. Like they could do it, but like Seattle, I mean, people were tossing them aside. They just annihilated the Falcons 34-14, and nobody expected that. People thought they were going to win the game, right? Geno, I believe, is still leading the NFL in passing yards. I don't know if Kirk ended up I mean, Kirk had a little bit more, but I don't know. I mean, let me know what you guys think about the Jets, but I think the Jets' ceiling is realistically like 9-8, and 9-8 probably doesn't get them in the playoffs, especially if they do. Like, even if they pull off an upset against Buffalo, if they lose to the Colts, that loss tiebreaker could screw them over. So, I think this is we're going to build till next year and try to be better next year, even though next year Devontae is going to be older, Rodgers is going to be older. A lot of your defense is going to be older, which some guys it helps, some don't, but yeah. You streaming UFL Game 1. The first game of the season, I might. I do plan on, barring something just happens that I can't do it, streaming every week except the championship game, which is obviously because I'm going to try and be at it again. But I will try to stream at least one game every week next season. So, will I stream Game 1? I probably will, but I'm not going to confirm it. Obviously, we're still, a few months away, but I'm at least going to try and stream one game a week. I might try to do 2 games some week, one on a Saturday, one on a Sunday, but we'll see for that. Still need that schedule. Hey, we've at least got the home and away opponents. We've got season tickets on sale, right? Aside from Michigan, which we have to wait another couple days on, but we're getting closer and closer to it, right? We're getting a lot of things known. Seems like Audi Field is out for the UFL Championship game. Where will it be for sure? Will it end up being Birmingham? We don't know for sure. It could be. We'll see. Let's see. The Commies are up 20-0, 3rd and 12 for Carolina right now. Dalton's still in at QB. Will he be in there in the second half? We'll see. Dalton drops back to throw. Running back, throws it out to the right. It is caught at the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be about a 2-yard gain. They're going to have to punt it in no man's land at around the 50-yard line. Not good. This is not going good for Carolina. I would not be shocked if out comes Bryce Young in the second half, just because this is another really bad Dalton performance, all in all, so we'll see. Jaden Daniels' mom says that Jaden Daniels is okay, but honestly, he's probably not going to come back into this game. If you're already destroying a team, you don't even want to risk him getting hurt, so we'll see. Punt is up, and it is going to be to the 15-ish yard line. Oh, nope, it bounces all the way to about the 6-yard line. It went to the goal line, got batted out. Looks like it's going to be down at about the 6. We gotta love Jake Bates getting all this stuff. It's great. If BM wins again, we've got an issue. I agree. The UFL does not need to see Birmingham win a 4th straight championship game. Even making it might be too much. I think it'd be... I'm not just saying this as a Michigan Panthers fan. It would be in the league's best interest if, the Panthers or Showboats were to make it out of the USFL conference. It's just, man, Birmingham even making it again would just be... That would suck. It really would. Because, then, what parity is there in the league, right? One team dominating every year. Oh, they choked the championship game. Oh, big deal, right? We'll see. 1st and 10 for the Commies. They ended up getting the ball at about the 8-yard line. Quick handoff for about a 3-yard gain. Going to be at the 11-yard line. 2 minutes and 13 seconds left. They're going to make this probably go to the 2-minute warning. They'll probably go and try to get a field goal before half. Try to make it 23-0. This is going to be a very quick second half, I would imagine. I'd imagine there's going to be a lot of run plays in the second half. Just, that's what I would imagine. This game looks like it's going to be a blowout. Which, who's shocked at it, really? But, yeah, my fantasy team is officially looking to be cooked. I'm going to need a great Ravens defensive performance today and a great... See, I'm in that no man's land area right now because my only way of winning is on Monday. The only issue is that I have the Ravens defense and I have Mike Evans on offense. So, I can only do so much there. Let me see. Is there a defense that I can pick up right now to add? Let's see. Is there a Pittsburgh defense, a Jets defense? Um, okay, defense, special teams. Okay, so not really anything I can actually get. I guess, you know what, I'm going to do a Hail Mary here. I'm going to get the Cardinals defense, and I'm going to drop... I can't drop those defenses. I'm not going to let them walk. You know what, I take it back. I'm not doing that. I was going to drop somebody for him, but I'm not even going to risk the idea that somebody's going to get taken up on waivers. That sucks, but kind of what I got to do. Actually, you know what? I got an idea. I can't move him. Never mind. Yeah, I am screwed for fantasy this week. That is a for sure. Eventually, we need the UFL wild card. I would imagine if they were to do a two-team expansion in 26, you keep the same playoff format. Then if you do another two-team format, you would go naturally to, 12 teams. Then I think you can probably do it where if you keep the conferences or something, you can probably do something if you get to 12 teams where you can have one team get a bye and then have, a wild card or something else like that. I think that's possible. Like you have conference winners get a bye, then the second and third place play against each other. I think that's when you could do. It looks like Mahomes just threw another interception. I can't see for sure. Let me go see. No, Mahomes didn't, but still ain't looking good. Also, tell ESPN to be better. Yeah, dude, the ESPN coverage of the UFL was terrible. It was terrible, but we'll see what happens. We're getting close to halftime, though, in this game. Man, I guess it's because I started the stream, like, a bit too early than usual. It feels like this has been a really long stream, but it really hasn't. I take that back. It's entirely because of the fact that I haven't streamed a game in, like, a month. I'm just not used to... Like, it feels like it's been, like, 2.5 hours. It's been 1.5, which is, it's not that much. 2nd and 7 for Washington. Let's see what they can pull off here. Mariota's lining up by himself in the backfield, and he's immediately going to take off and run a QB draw, and it's going to be about a 4-yard gain. Going to be a maybe 5-yard gain. Going to be about 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3-ish. Yeah, the UFL Championship game should not be on ESPN. I agree. ESPN was not good last year. There was almost nothing I can really say positive about them. Their overall broadcasters were worse. Their talk of gambling was worse. Sideline interviews were what they were. I really can't think there was anything better than them at all. Man, this game, I'm not looking forward to the second half of this game. Chiefs are up 7-0 after a Kareem Hunt 1-yard rushing touchdown. We need NBC badly. We do need some other broadcaster. I mean, it would be great to get NBC back. It's hard to imagine getting him back after they just left the USFL when the merger happened, but I don't know. Hopefully, the UFL higher-ups have listened to the fans and realized that, it's one thing to talk about the, over-under betting lines when the game starts. It's another thing to, make comments every single touchdown, that's for sure. 49ers offense looks like they want the Chiefs to win. First comment Mull has the whole stream is just clowning the 49ers. Hey, you know what? I'm a 49ers hater. I'm fully behind it. That is bad. So, Mull, how you doing today? G-Man was here earlier, but he left to watch the Chiefs-49ers game, which is, I mean, is it better than this game? Pending what you think is a good game, sure. Shut up looking for violence. Hey, this game is wild. Really is, dude. 20-0, and Washington's probably going to score again. Oh, my God. Dude, it could be worse, dude. If they score that touchdown, oh, my God. I do need Terry McLaurin to do something. I want to win in fantasy, though I know I ain't going to win in fantasy. We'll see. 2nd down, Second and 3 for the Commies. Once again, Mariota's lined up by himself. He drops back to pass. Throws it over the middle to a great play right at the 50-yard line. That was a great play. Great throw right there. When nobody but me chats, the homies show up just to clown the 49ers. Dude, true. Facts. That is... Mariota drops back to pass again. He steps up in the pocket, throws another really good throw and a bit of tight coverage, and it's caught. That's about a 15, 20-ish yard gain right there. Mariota's driving him down the field, which, I mean, it's against the Panthers defense, so, like, whoa. But those are a couple good throws right there. That's what you want to see in your backup. Somebody who can come in, step in, play decent for a little bit of time. That was a good on-the-run throw, right to his guy. Gotta love it. McLaurin finally getting some touches. The boy's going to be here if you stream. Yeah, I do think that would be a really good stream. I mean, we still got a lot of time before that game, but I probably will stream that one thinking about it. It will be a fun one to do. The first UFL game of the season, stream it. Will be a nice one, especially if it is on the Friday night. Dude, if it's a Friday night game, I'm definitely streaming that. Friday night football for game 1. I'm good with the Texans. Broke my heart. Dude, I saw that. I didn't see it, but I watched the score, Last second field goal by the Packers. That sucked. Especially because I am a CJ Stroud fan. I really do like the Texans. I think they've got a great coach. DeMeco Ryans is a great coach. CJ Stroud is a great QB. Great team overall. Pass is thrown out of bounds. Officially, no. It depends what you call official. If you call it them saying it, no. If you count them talking about it in a vague sense, yes. Because they have talked about, in the season tickets that, you get to renew your season's tickets in 2026. So they have said that. But it's not like a direct, statement, but they have kind of alluded to it. So that's kind of where we're at right there in terms of them announcing it. Mariota once again by himself in the backfield. He drops back to throw. Throws it over the middle again. It is caught once again for about a 20-yard gain, maybe even a little bit more. They might get a touchdown here. Could be bad. Mole, did you enjoy the CFP video or the CFB video? I know you requested that one, the college football members video. I honestly did have a fun time making it. I mean, I kind of just picked 4 stories that were either, biggest ones / ones that I just enjoyed naturally. As, of course, I was a Cincinnati guy. Of course, I'm going to talk about the Bearcats in it. But that was definitely a fun one. I did enjoy that one a lot. The Rams scored in a scoop and score. That's hilarious. Who is texting me? Oh, it's just that. But yeah, the CFB video is definitely a fun one. NBC and Fox, the broadcast will be hyped for year 3. It would be awesome to see NBC come back. I just don't expect it. I mean, I would sooner expect like a CBS to join in ahead of NBC, but we never know. We'll see. Field goal is up, or the PAT is up, and it's good. It is very tight game. Only a 27-point deficit for Carolina. Only needs 4 touchdowns to come back within reason. This team sucks, but I knew it was going to be bad. But I thought, A, it was going to be Jaden Daniels doing this, and B, I thought we would at least put up points. I did not think we were going to get shit on. I mean, this is bad. This league has potential. It does. They need to continue to do local marketing better. They need to up the minimum people showing up to games to, no less than 8,000 per game. I mean, I wanted 10K. They can't do less than 8K like they did last year. Have that be your attendance number, at least your, ticket sold number. And try and get some of the, I mean, granted, you can only do so much when it comes to certain TV numbers, but we'll see. It's just, it seems like the league is listening to their fans, putting out schedules earlier, putting out information earlier. It looks like it's going to be really good when it comes to head coaches. Again, we can't say for certain, but at the moment, it looks like every single coach but DeFilippo is returning. 6 of the GMs look to be returning. So there's a lot of good things like that. I want the championship game to be marketed, maybe have a week in between. I wouldn't. Adding a week like that, I think, takes away a lot from a spring football league, right? Because the NFL has, like the Pro Bowl, the bastardized version of the Pro Bowl, in between. The UFL really can't have anything, so I wouldn't. but they just do need to market it better. And part of me wants it to be in a neutral site area because when you have it in a place where there is a market, yes, your announced number can be good, but look at St. Louis, right? People bought tickets because they thought the Battlehawks were going to make it. The Battlehawks got eliminated. Literally, thousands of tickets hit the resale market, don't sell. Come to find out, less than 15K people actually showed up to the game. So, you sold a bunch of tickets, and then nobody showed up to the game, and it looked terrible on TV. Like, I remember people talking about the USFL games in Tom Benson's Hall of Fame Stadium. Look, if you have like 12K show up in the Hall of Fame Stadium versus the Battle Dome, it looks a hell of a lot better in the, Tom Benson. It looks like a decent amount of people showed up versus the Battle Dome. It looks like nobody's there because it's like a 60K plus versus like a 20-ish, It's just a percentage. What percentage is filled? That's why the championship game looked so terrible on TV. Because, if you were to say what the single worst moment for the league was last year, it was probably the championship game as a whole. Now, you could argue that Memphis game that had like 5,800 people show up or whatever it was, that was terrible, but championship game, man, had like nobody show up. That was terrible. Well, we are in the halftime, which... No, I'm gonna put in the other game and just have it playing. I honestly do not like the CBS crew. The Fox crew is so much better. Chiefs are up 14-3. Why am I not surprised? Panthers don't deserve this. Isaiah Henney, I'm sorry. They do deserve this. We have seen to a crash out by you, which was the Showboats video. We haven't seen your blood boil yet. The Showboats... it still angers me because, that was a team that on paper was so damn good. You had on paper, a top 3 player at each position, and your team sucked. They didn't recover from the San Antonio game. That week 2 game, my next what if video, if I do another one, will probably be that one. It was, requested. I might do that one. It's just they never recovered from that loss. It's one of those things where sometimes it's a mental thing. When you choke a 2-touchdown lead within a minute, it was bad. It was bad, but yeah, I don't think I would ever get that upset unless it was like the Michigan Panthers absolutely choked a game somehow, or it was like something where the league did a really terrible decision. But because, I like the fact that we're not seeing... dude, I saw people complaining that the UFL's been, showing Danny Garcia a bit too much in recent weeks, and I'm just thinking to myself, dude, I'd rather see her than Dwayne Johnson. Every time I see The Rock involved with the UFL, it's, always a bad thing. It's, he didn't do his thing for the Army. He, is shoving his, tequila brand down people's throats or things like that. I'm sorry, dude. The Rock is one of the worst parts of the UFL. He really is. He's a big star, but he is not doing enough to actually make the league better. It's clear that it's Danny and Moose doing pretty much everything, then Russ Brandon has power, but it's obvious that it's a Moose and Danny project where they have a few other guys helping them. That's really what the UFL is. I've had a moment where you just died inside watching sports. Let me think. Hindsight, you would say the Cam Newton moment, because I watched that game live when Cam hurt his shoulder. But naturally, we didn't know at the time that essentially would end his career in a lot of ways. He still had, a really underrated, not good, but an underrated year with the Patriots. In hindsight, that would be the moment because that game really ended the Panthers for all intents and purposes. That single moment in time killed the Panthers franchise till now was Cam getting hit by TJ Watt. But you didn't know it at the time. The Mavericks wasn't a Game 7. It was an obvious death in the finals. I can't say that I've had a moment where I just died inside watching sports. There were a couple Hurricanes games that were really tough, but maybe the one against the Rangers a couple years ago, but even that one wasn't that bad. I would say at this point, no. I would say no. But hindsight, the Panthers won. The Panthers Cam Newton hit that. That would be in hindsight, but at the time, I can't say so. And you get haters who actually despise you for some reason, bro. It's all about, hey, he's getting subs, but the UFL community is a community, right? Like, you can make a video that says something super basic and people get upset at you for it. Like the guy that was upset about me saying that AJ McCarron was not elite last year when he wasn't, or like people complaining about expansion videos. It's just, I don't know. It is what it is. But we're getting closer and closer to 1K. We're like 20-ish away from hitting 900. Again, like it's like every other year, right? The channel's gonna start picking up once we get to like end of November. Then, okay, I love when this page crashed again. But then in December, it's gonna pick up a lot more, and that's when the channel's gonna pick up. I wouldn't be shocked because that's what happened last year. Last year was like once all the merger stuff started coming out around December, the channel started like really picking up. And I would imagine that once we get all the bigger news coming in December, we'll start seeing that because then we can start doing videos the yearly ranking every coach video, starting with preseason power rankings and all that. Now, I know you haven't seen it, but members have seen that I've already I've started updating thumbnails for next season. The power rankings thumbnail has been not fully redone, but it's been updated to look much nicer. So that's already been done ahead of next season, and there's a couple others I want to do. I just haven't done it for one reason or another. So I'm pretty much knowing that from here until like December, the channel's going to keep doing what it's been doing, which is very slow growth during the off season. And then once we get to December, it's going to start picking up, especially because a lot of the other channels really haven't uploaded at all. Like a lot of other spring football channels either don't upload or they just upload a bunch of random stuff out of nowhere. Live streams propelled your channel? Technically, yes. The channel propelled when the merger happened. Like, I can pull it up in my YouTube studio. Let me go to analytics. Let's do subscribers. That's a very basic one. Last 365 days. So if you were to look at my last 365 days subscribers, it was, what it was. And then starting in December, really, it started picking up. Then January, it picked up even higher to where it was like gaining a lot really fast. Then it continued pretty much through the season till about June, which that's when it, went back to being slow. But it really started with the merger stuff. I mean, my other stats views picked up immensely in December. Then February hit like its career high. Watch time picked up with the live streams because during the live stream days, I'd be hitting like 80 plus watch hours a day. But February was the best month of the channel that wasn't due to live streams propelling the watch time, because a live stream it's like a cheat code to get your watch time really good. It really is. But in February last year, I was hitting marks that I would hit again when live streaming, but when I hit that, it was just videos. So the merger in December is what propelled the channel this year. Then the live streams helped propel like the watch time hours, and the overall impact I had on the spring football community is the best way to view it in that regard. Because, I mean, the live streams I didn't start doing until I believe it was week 4 when we had the Tank Bowl between the Roughnecks and the Renegades. And, I mean, by that point, the channel had already grown, like, a really huge amount at that point. Analytics. Live count. Last 365 days. Yeah, because, like, in November of 2023, it was... We hit 350 at the end of November, and then by March, we were at 600. And, I mean... I wouldn't have started streaming games till about April. So, that's kind of how the growth was at that point. But live streams have been a fun thing, and to do. It's just one of those things where you can actually like interact with your community a lot more. Like Twitter, you can to a degree. Instagram, not really. Like that's part of the reason that my Instagram has been kind of weak. Like I just haven't done a lot there, but yeah, it's still the most viewed live stream. I'm pretty sure you're right on that one. Let me see. Excuse me. Yeah, DC St. Louis, because it was the rivalry game, is the most viewed. Then second place was the Panthers Stallions live stream. Now the Cowboys Saints one was third, but I know that one in term of watch time and like ratio wasn't a high performing one. But the USFL Conference Championship game and the Battlehawks Defenders were the two best live streams in a performance standpoint by a country mile. Those are the two best ones. Which, yeah, the DC one made sense. People want to watch the Battlehawks and all that made sense. And then the Conference Championship, again, mega matchup, big deal. Not a surprise there either. But, I mean, last year, I know that there was 1 week I missed doing a live stream once I started doing them. So, even if I was only do 11 this next year, it would still be a lot more than I did last season. So, we'll see. But, I mean, a lot of things changed basically from that December point, doing YouTube shorts every once in a while, trying to do at least once a month, but I really want to do 2 a month. So that's another thing to do. And then uploading, like, granted, it was part of an issue over the past month-ish. Like, getting videos out was difficult because it was like, what am I going to do a video on this week? There's no news, which started, like, the creative stuff, doing the UFL to or the AAF to UFL players, doing the AAF franchise ranking, the what if, those kind of things. Like, when you don't have anything to work with, that's when you have to be creative. And that's what I've basically been doing the past, like, month and a half. And now we're, getting into the UFL news stuff, so that's a good thing. But we'll see how it goes next season. We still got, a solid month, like 30 days, basically, once Thanksgiving happens, to where we're, in spring football season. So we'll see what happens there. It'll be interesting. I hope it's going to be a good time. I hope we have a, an upgrade of views and all that. We'll see. G-Man must have been here long before I did. I believe he was... it's hard to remember exactly. Because, in all honesty, like, there's, like, a few months in time that I always get mixed up on exactly where it is. Let me see. Okay, what video did G-Man comment on? He commented on that one. Pull up there on YouTube. Go to comments. Pull up his channel. That's not what I wanted to pull up. Can I even do this on here? No, I can't. Great. Comments. Have responded. Okay, I'm missing out where this one is. Search for G-Man UFL. Okay, so I can't do that. Let's go. Okay. Well, I can't find exactly where he is because he's not a public subscriber. I believe he came around December or November of last year. Because, like, guys like Strange have been around here for like 2+ years. Mike G's been here for like 2+ years. Chris has been here for like 2+ years. There's a couple other guys who've been here for like 2+ years. But G-Man's been here probably since around like November. I cannot remember for sure. It's the one thing I hate when I don't see a public subscriber thing next to it, is I can't tell. But I believe that's around when he came. I can't say for certain, but I believe that's when. Okay, go here. Details, comments. Scroll down to the first video you did. Yeah, there's a couple people that I always forget have been around the channel for as long as they have. I always go back to did the UFL pick the right teams, because that was like that was the first real video I did. Like the first one was like my old channel intro, like on my public subscriber page. But I always forget that like some people have been around here for 2 years, which is just it's wild. I mean, again, it's crazy to think that the channel's been around for like 3 years at this point. It really is, because I'm pretty sure it turns 3 years old in December, which I can't believe that. It feels like it's only been like a year or two. And honestly, I cringe looking back at some of my old videos, looking at the thumbnails or just watching the video, thinking like, man, dude, my quality was so much worse then. Like every time I think now my quality isn't as good as it could be, I look back and I'm like, wow, my quality really has improved, which, I mean, you can take it as what it is, but that's kind of how I view it. Oh, that was the first real video I did, was that one. That's right, I did that one. I forgot I did the NBC joins. Let's see. I love Michigan Panthers 2. Welcome to Zomb Phox USFL. Yeah, the classic channel intro. Well, the commies are at 1st and 10. This is going to be bad. They are going to score another touchdown. I fully believe that. Let's find out. I think the history of the Breakers and Maulers are one of the most viewed videos of all time. I know my most viewed video is actually an AFL video. I know I did one Arena Football League video about it coming back in 24, and that video has almost 6K views. That's my most by far. My USFL and XFL teams' odds to return tier list is almost at 4K. Ranking every UFL QB room actually did really well. That's almost 4K. UFL attendance, really? How bad is it really? That video has over 3K views. The Breakers video comes in at 5 with 2,300 views. Then my 5 reasons 8 teams is a bad idea for the merger was $2,000, and that's all my 2K higher ones. But I have a few others that hit 1,000. I have not had a video hit 1,000 views, though, since, like, July, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Yeah, I had that tier list come out in July that hit over 1K, and that's the last one as of this moment. 1st and 15 after the penalty. Mariota drops back, throws a quick out to the right. Ooh, nice cut by the running back, and he gets tackled at the line of scrimmage for basically like 1 yard. On the channel history, I probably wouldn't, just because I'd probably be talking about channel history whenever I do my State of the Channel videos, which I'm planning to do another one in January. You know, State of the Channel 2024 edition, 2025 edition, whenever that comes out. They did call no gain on the play. They might have given him like 2 inches. It is 2nd and 15. Mariota fakes the handoff, throws deep out to the left. Ooh, breaks the tackle for about a 19-yard gain. That was a great play by McLaurin right there. Ricky Pearsall got his first catch back from the shot. Dude, it is... Hey, Ricky Pearsall is on the Niners and he got his first catch. That's great. It's like people were joking about it, which it's kind of... I mean, it's true, though. Ricky Pearsall got shot and he's already back before McCaffrey is, and McCaffrey was supposed to be out for 1 to 2 weeks. But it is a great story seeing Pearsall get back. Seeing him and Nick Chubb both do things today is impressive. It really is, from what they have to go through. First and 10 at about the 18-yard line for the Commies. Mariota hands off the ball, and it's going to be about a 3 to 4 yard gain on the play. This could get really ugly for Carolina, which I think would be funny. I would love to see a 40-0 final score. That would be hysterical. Like, I honestly do not want the Panthers to get a top 5 pick unless it's the number 1 overall pick. On a Tom Grossi level, probably not. I mean, in the UFL landscape, yeah, but it's just, it's like you got to view it. Like the UFL channel has, what is it, like 80K subscribers? Let me see. It's about a 2.5-yard run for the commies on 3rd down now. The United Football League's official channel has has 165K subscribers, right? The NFL is 13 million. So, like, in a percentage standpoint, right, the UFL, 134K, that means that if you have 1.34K subscribers, you have 1% of the UFL subscribers. So, I mean, could I get to that level? Yeah, but am I going to get to, like, a, 100,000 subscriber channel? Hell no. Just because the UFL is not a big enough league for it. It's just, supply and demand pretty much. Mariota with a throw out to the right. Receiver dodges the tackle, and he gets the first down and about 2-3 yards more. It's going to be, they might give him 1st and 10. Nope, they're going to give him 1st and goal at the 10-yard line. But yeah, I'll never get to, like, that high a subscriber count. I can only get as high as, like, the UFL basically allows. Because you have to view it like, have people do it. I mean, not really. I mean, my NFL videos are all about UFL players, spring football players, and that's pretty much it. And then my community videos are just community member videos. So, I mean, it's not like I'm doing everything. Now, God forbid if the UFL were to fold, would I be doing more than the UFL and be a hybrid? Then, yeah, I would. But at this point, I am a UFL channel that will, once in a while, talk about the other things. Glad I picked up the Rams defense on my other league. I regret not picking up any defense. I mean, granted, we only have a couple available, but there's a couple I really should have picked up today. So, I mean, I know I'm going to lose this week in fantasy because my only real hope at this point is Mike Evans having a great game, but Mike Evans having a great game means I'm going to lose pretty much because then my defense is going to get me no points. So, it'd have to be like some crazy game by him. Because, I mean, right now, I'm down about 12 points. Now, I have 2 left to play, which is good, but it's a defense playing against an offensive player. Ben Sinnott with a receiving touchdown, another TD for the Washington Commies. But, I mean, the chances of me winning are low. I'm going to have Brock Bowers continue doing what he's doing. He's got 12 points. If he gets a touchdown, I might have a shot. But if not, I'm losing this week in fantasy. I got to be second in the power rankings at this point. Let me see. I mean, I honestly don't know how they do the power rankings in all honesty, but I mean, you're going to be 6-1 after this week. Dylan is, if Dylan wins, that's a different story because Dylan could get a W, though. It looks like he's probably going to lose. He had to come back from behind. So it looks like you're going to have sole possession of first place in the West. Magoo Mania is probably going to lose against G-Man. Definitely going to lose against G-Man. So he's going to fall to 5-2. David Workman's go-to team is in a tight battle right now. Let me see how many he has yet to play. Oh, he's going to win. Yeah, you'll probably be second behind Workman. That's probably what you're going to be. You're probably going to be second in the overall standings because I think he might have tiebreaker over you just because, the East is a better division or a better conference than the West. But that ain't bad. I'm never starting this bum DeAndre Hopkins. He dropped a grand total. Dude, at least you don't have to deal... dude, I love Alec Pierce. He was a great player at Cincinnati. Dude, I hate how every time I have him on my bench now, it's like that's when he drops 20-plus points. Yet then I start him, he gives me nothing. Dude, he gave me 0 points last week. I mean, my God. But dude, DeAndre Hopkins, yikes. I mean, he's got Mason Rudolph throwing on the ball too. That's not good. I mean, let me see. Mold 10. Let's see what he's doing right now. Yeah, 0.8 is wild. I mean, Evan McPherson also really let you down. You got lucky that Younghoe Koo only got 1 point, but that's not good. Let's see, 0.8. I mean, honestly, you could have gotten unlucky. I mean, you got lucky that Flex for Flex, his guy only got 4.5, so you only lost, 3.5 points there, and you did beat his kicker by 1 point, which got canceled out by the defense. So I mean, it makes sense why it's a close battle, right? You both had a receiver that got 18 points. You both have a running back with 23. I mean, that really is a tight matchup. That's actually insane how tight that game is. The fall of G-Man Fantasy. Life of Calvin Ridley. Oh my god. My god. I will say, I think it's kind of funny at this because of how the membership buttons work. I'm pretty sure Mole, Strange, and G-Man all have the exact same. Yeah, they all have the exact same membership little button on their profile picture, despite all joining in different months, just because of how it works. Though Strange is about to upgrade to like the yellow button, so. But I think that is wild how that works. The stream's lagging. I don't believe that, and I don't care if it is. Just checking in real quick. Noah Brown has done nothing. We were just talking about fantasy. It's been wild, dude. Mole 10's matchup is unbelievably close. It is literally like 1-for-1. Everybody's scoring like the same amount of points. It's crazy. Injured Panther on the field. That's not good. We do not want to see that. He got hit a lot in the legs. I could on that replay I couldn't see exactly what would have done it, but he got hit a lot. That could be really bad. Well, I went to commercial breaks not good. I could win with 0 points from either of my receivers. Yeah, G-Man's getting a nice W today. That's for sure. I mean, I know I ain't. I wish I could say I know I'm gonna have a shot at winning. I know I ain't winning today, but you know what? It is what it is. Like my early season, starting like 4-1, I think I still don't know how I pulled it off. I really don't. Well, I do. I got really lucky with 2 separate matchups, so that was good. But let's go over here. I mean, I need Brock Bowers to do a lot. That's what I need. My brother, this brother was 3-1 before I strolled in. Wakeboarding grinding. No, that's not good. Halftime, Chiefs up 14-6. Dude, that game seems like it's something really weird. It really does seem like it's a really weird game, all things considered. Dude, I accidentally hit caps lock on my thing, bro. L. Massive L right there. Dude, I just misclicked twice. Weren't you undefeated, G-Man? Never mind. Man, I'm not looking forward to this fantasy game. Full schedule. Current matchup. 88-102. I need some luck. So how has Mahomes looked, and so has Brock Purdy? If you're still here, G-Man, because I mean I know I'm seeing that he threw an interception, but how exactly are they doing? Streaming. I've lost 3 in a row. 49ers look bad. Yeah, I heard somebody saying earlier Mole came in and literally said the offense looks horrific. Is anyone hurt, or is it just McCaffrey? I don't remember hearing. Is Debo still hurt, or is he playing? Because I know McCaffrey's obviously not playing. Ayuk got hurt. Oh, well. I mean, hey, he complained, got paid, and then immediately disappeared. So, I mean, that's not that big a deal. Okay, now that's a big deal. Jennings and Debo being out, yeah, that sucks. G-Man, you remember when Nope was talking about how, he would be lucky to win like 2 games in fantasy, that this is his first time ever doing it? How he didn't know how it was going to be done? I remember that. I remember when he was saying that. Was he gaslighting? That's a question. Was he gaslighting? About to be like 5-1 or so. About to be 6-1. Gotta love it. And, oh my god. Yeah, no wonder the 49ers aren't looking too good. That's bad. Granted, the Panthers are looking worse. I don't know if you've been keeping tabs in this game. Oh my god. Dalton throws it away. They're about to punt again. Dude, this game could legitimately be 41-0 in the next 3 minutes. I could be 7-0. Let me look at the box score. I need to look at the box score for this right now. Dude, Dalton is currently 8 of 13 for 65 yards with 2 interceptions. That's a 34.6 rating. Oh my god. Excuse me. That's terrible. Hey, you know what? Terry McLaurin, though, he's getting me some points in fantasy. I need him to get me, like, a lot more than what he's been getting me, but we'll see. Panthers about to punt on 4th and 4 at their own 30. Oh, my God, they were going to fake it, it looks like. Penalty on the offense. That was bad. Delay of game on a punt. That's horrific. Gaslit myself, apparently. True. I've tried running a legit YouTube channel twice. That is unexpected. Now I want to do it a third time and focus on football instead. It is tough to do because, like, especially when you're doing it early on, right? Yeah, you have to know that, like, it's going to be really weird. You're going to have those videos that explode out of nowhere, then you have videos that just don't do well that you think are going to do well. Now, with spring football, admittedly, it's a bit more understandable. Like, I can kind of tell when I post a video knowing it's going to do well. I know if I do an expansion video, it's going to do well. I know if I do an attendance video, it's going to do well. And I know that if I do a different type of video, it won't do as well. So, spring football is predictable, but it's just, early on, it is definitely difficult. Especially because when you're really new to it, right, and you're trying to gain subscribers to get to some certain amount, like losing 1 subscriber within your first 100 is tough. Like if you get to like 65 subscribers, then all of a sudden, a week goes by and you're down to like 64. Like you're like, oh my god, what happened, right? And that's the one thing that sucks about it. But I mean, and it's also, you have to always make sure you're uploading at least somewhat frequently. Like you don't have to upload, like 5 times a week or something, but you have to at least do something somewhat, once in a while. Like, you can't just take random breaks all of a sudden or else your channel pretty much dies. Like, I mean, like, there's UFL content creators that you can probably guess which ones I'm talking about, who don't upload for like a month, upload like a few videos here and there, and then their numbers are doing poor, all things considered, compared to their subscriber counts, and it's because they don't upload, That's another thing. I mean, is this the first channel I've ever had? No. But is this the best one I've had by a country mile? Yes. And a lot of that is I took time. I, got better at editing. I got better at making thumbnails. Do I know that I have room to improve? Yes. But I still take time to do things. I mean, going back from a year ago, I've started doing YouTube Shorts. I didn't do that before. I started doing live streams. Didn't do that before. Started using community posts more and more to use that power. Doing really well there. Got community memberships, making sure to do at least a video a month for community members, have other benefits, a lot of those things. So, I mean, starting a channel it's something that is difficult, and you have to understand that it will take you time, and the returns are dependent on what you want, right? You cannot view making a YouTube channel as just a financial thing. You can't. You have to view it as, do you want to do it, right? It's like a hobby. Do you want to do it? The only difference is this is a hobby you can share with people online. This isn't just like going to play a sport where if you don't have people that play a sport near you, you're screwed, right? So if you view it like that, that's how you can kind of do it. If it's something you enjoy, then it's another thing that you can do, And that's pretty much what the whole point of, most channels are. If you enjoy something, you make videos on it, people watch it, you get a community, you get to interact with people, and it's a fun time. So that's how I would view it. I mean, if you have time to make videos, I would do it. But if you'd only make like one video every 2 months, it's a bit harder to do it. That would be like my short blanket lesson on a YouTube channel. That's what I would say. I would say, it is fun. Do it because you want to do it, not because you want some specific gain in the future. Do it to have fun, but do know that you have to keep somewhat of a schedule. It doesn't have to be a blanket schedule, just something like that. Because if you do something, upload once every 2 weeks if you want to start new. Just do that. I mean, there's a lot you can do. You don't have to do a perfect schedule. It's just everything worked out for me to where I can do a schedule when the UFL season exists. Upload power rankings on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard. Week review on Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard. Betting picks Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard. Live stream starts 15 minutes before a game. That's what I did last year. And I also did my Friday Fox Super 6 picks later in the year. Right? You get a schedule going, it's a lot easier to do things. That's what I would say. Commies are at 1st and 10. It's going to be something else. I want to see them drop 50. They're not going to drop 50 because it always gets to a point where a team will just stop really trying. I'd love to see the Panthers get beat 50-0. That would just be hilarious. Dude, David Tepper would have oh my God, it'd be hilarious. Motion up front, Mariota hands the ball off. Up to the 35, gets tackled at about the 33-ish. Going to be 2nd and 5, or 2nd and 4, but there is a flag. Let's see what the flag is. Holding on the offense, 10-yard penalty. Gonna be 1st and 20 now. Dude, this Commanders team is I've talked about it before. The NFC East has not had a repeat winner in I think it's 25-ish years, something like that. I don't think it's going to happen again. I think the Commies do win the division. They're going to be 5-2 after this game. The Cowboys are not a good team. The Eagles really aren't that great a team either. I think the Commies win this division probably with a solid 10-7, maybe 11-6 if they could pull off record. As long as they keep up what they're doing. Granted, they're playing the Panthers, but with their backup quarterback in there, they're still obliterating Carolina. From what it seems like Daniels could have come back in, but they don't need him to come back in because they're obliterating them with Mariota. So, any minor injury he has, he's not going to get it worse by playing, which is smart. That's good coaching. It's just, this is wild. Mariota fakes the QB draw, ends up handing it off, and the handoff is for a really solid about 7-yard run. There's a good one right there. Hold up, what? No way. Grossi raid, that's wild. Bro, this is... Man, dude, Nope was talking about this earlier. No way. That's sick. Dude, we love seeing this. Dude, Tom Grossi moment, dude. Another, oh my God. Sorry about your team. Hey, at least my baseball team's not terrible. We're in the NLCS. We're going to lose tonight. I hope not, but we'll see. Hang in there, Panthers. Panthers fan, do another one of those. Keep pounding. We'll try. This game's not going so well, but it's good. Thank you for Packers79 with a donation. Thank you for the $5 donation. You are the second ever person to donate. Thank you for that. Grossi and Perna raid sending love. Dude, and Perna, dude, sick. Dude, unironically, in terms of watching sports content on YouTube, I pretty much only watch this group of guys. Grossi, Perna, Tree, that's pretty much all I watch. So this is actually sick to see. Big love from Asheville. Grossi raid. Nothing like a Grossi raid. Like up the stream, guys. Oh, man. This is sick. I can't believe this is actually... Sorry for the blowout. At least North Carolina doesn't have a... We won by a last-second field goal. Dude, I was talking about that earlier today. That kick from the Packers was crazy. That game-winning field goal was against the Texans, dude. That was a huge one. Hope the Panthers get better in the future. Dude, I'd love to see the Panthers get better too. I mean, hopefully we can get a good quarterback. You know, I had my doubts about Canales. Honestly, Canales, I've been liking him more and more as the weeks go by. I know he got a lot of hate for his decision with, the putting in Bryce Young to protect Dalton, but I hope they get... I do think he's a better coach than I thought he was. You're a true fan. Thank you. I mean, it's been tough. I talked about like an hour ago about the whole time where as soon as Cam got hurt, the team just tanked, but it's just, you gotta live through it, right? I've been a Mets fan. The Mets have performed like every year, and now they're actually like 2 wins away from the World Series. It's crazy. Adam Berry with the $10 donation. Thank you. I still can't believe I just got rated by Grossi. I actually can't. This is crazy. At least your team has cool colors. Jared Goff. Oh my God. I watched the end of that game. Dude, he's so good. He is so underrated. My guy's a legend. Jake Bates with the game-winning kick. As you know, I pray the Panthers improves over the season. Never ever trust the Bears again. Good luck tonight, Subway Series. Dude, my father's a Yankees fan. He went ecstatic when Soto hit that home run last night. It was crazy. I mean, I would love a Subway Series. Even though I don't know if the Mets would win that series, it would be awesome to see a Subway Series. I've been a Jags fan for 24 years. Dude, you know what? The Jags got to win today. Maybe they start turning it around. T-Law, like last week, didn't actually look that bad. His receivers just dropped passes. He wasn't insane, but we'll see. Better times are coming. I mean, hey, if you get like 2 straight seasons where you finish with the number 1 overall pick, I mean, you can only go up from there, right? I mean, you can't get worse than being terrible. So, we'll see. Like, been a part of the raid. Gotta love it. Dude, this is something else. Gotta go, man. Noah Brown finally did something. Again, I'm assuming you're going back to watch the game with your family, G-Man. Again, I hope you enjoy the rest of the game and it starts getting better than it was. I know it wasn't the best earlier, so hopefully it starts getting better, but I know you want the Kansas City Chiefs to win, so good luck there. We just find a way to lose at the moment. That's the biggest frustration. The Jaguars, they're a team that, they did get that super nice win, against the Chargers a couple of years ago in the playoff game where they had no business being in the game and they pulled it off. And it's like, it feels like it's one of the moments that it could just be like a you peaked moment. Like with the Panthers, we peaked recent times with that 2015 run where out of nowhere, just like boom, we got to it, after having a couple decent years. And then since then, it's just been like a downhill road. But at least you guys do have a decent quarterback. It's not like T-Law is what people thought he was going to be out of college, but he's still better than a lot of QBs. He's better than our QBs. So at least there's that. I'm from Brazil, and I can tell that even Brazilian American football teams would probably beat the Panthers. Dude, I'm a United Football League fan. I'm a Michigan Panthers. This is literally the shirt I have under is a Michigan Panthers shirt. The Michigan Panthers, unironically, could probably beat the Carolina Panthers. Never give up faith. Dark times won't last forever. The team can only get better. It can't get too much worse. Grossi raid. Hope y'all turn it around. Sorry to fleece your franchise. Hey, it's not just the Bears. We could have traded Brian Burns away for 2 first-round picks to the Rams, and we chose not to. So, it's not just the Bears that fleeced us. We fleeced ourselves not taking that trade. He's the bright spot. You guys just need to find those building blocks. Derek Brown... really sucked to see him get hurt. But, he was one of those great building blocks. It's just, him and Shaq Thompson both getting hurt this year. That sucked. Dude, especially Derek Brown getting hurt. But, we need to build up our defense. Our team historically relies on great defenses. The Jake Delhomme team, we had a really solid defense. Got up there. It was great. So, and then 2015, Cam was great. But we had an awesome defense. We need to build our defense up, and then we can start getting somewhere. You can only go up from here. Facts. 2 wins is... If we were to win like 4 games this year, I'd honestly be excited for next year. Just switch from the Grossi Perna to showing a Michigan Panthers jersey. Nice, dude. Yeah, I've got the shirt on under here, and I've got a Michigan Panthers jersey in my closet right next to me. I was really hoping I was gonna see them live. I mean, in Carolina, I can't really drive to Detroit with ease, but I was hoping they were gonna be in the UFL championship game. But you know what? The Stallions made it. They got the W. It is what it is. But this is gonna help the road to 1K. Hey, you know what? That's true. We're on the way to 1K, doing a giveaway at 1,000 subscribers, a bunch of spring football stuff. For those of you who are joining this raid, I am, in terms of a pure spring football fan or a spring football YouTuber, I am I think I am sixth or fifth largest spring football channel that's purely spring football. And every spring football season, I do weekly power rankings, weekly reviews, weekly game picks. Fox Super 6, you know those? I do Fox Super 6 picks every week. A bunch of other UFL content and spring football content. Did a couple videos on the AAF a couple of weeks ago. Planning to do on the XFL in the future. Done some old OG USFL stuff. So a spring football channel, but during the NFL season, talk about, spring football guys who are in the NFL. Jake Bates, Michigan Panthers legend, who just kicked the game-winning field goal for the Lions. Khalil Davis of the Texans, another great one there. Then we have, Brandon Aubrey of the Dallas Cowboys, along with Quante Turpin. So, I mean, a lot of spring football stuff. So, I mean, it's a fun time, and the season starts in, 5 months. So, it'll be fun. So, if you're a spring football fan, make sure you stick around. I just hope that the Panthers also get a better owner that will correctly address the issues. Dude, I just need him away from my football business, dude. Tepper needs to just let the football guys do their job. Let the GM and the coach get the players. Stop trying to force things. It's like the rumor about, Frank Reich wanting CJ Stroud over Bryce Young. Let the football guys do their job. Don't fire people after half a season. Let Canales do his thing this year. Let him do his thing next year. If he fails after 2.5 years, then fire him. But don't fire him after half a season like we did to Frank Reich. Hashtag we fleeced ourselves, gotta own it. Dude, when I heard that we turned down 2 firsts for him, I couldn't believe it. Dude, you were offered 2 first-round picks, and it was a second or a third. I can't remember off the top of my head. It was a second or a third as well. For an edge rusher that's not even elite. Brian Burns is great, but not an elite, and we didn't take that trade just to let him walk like a year and a half later is wild. All that matters, if you love talking about football and you're all set, dude, hey, football is great. I mean, next week on Saturday, I'm going to be doing a live play-by-play of the Colorado-Cincinnati game for, college football. I'm a Bearcats fan, and so that's going to be a fun stream on Saturday. The moment the raid happening, I knew it was going to be good. Hey, this is a cool live stream moment. It really is. It's definitely something insane, but I mean, this has been a really fun time. You guys definitely deserve a whole lot more than what you currently have. Bryce Young is a good QB. He just needs solid conditioning and coaches to know how to do their jobs. I hope so. I mean, my issue with Bryce has always been the fact that he's like Kyler Murray without the Kyler Murray build. Because Kyler Murray's a faster guy, and he's got a much stockier build. So that's definitely something that's always going to hurt Bryce. Because, I mean, I know mentally he's like a great QB. It's just physically is the issue. But we'll see. I mean, maybe having him sit under Dalton's a good thing for him. Don't throw him into the fire. We'll see. Look at Detroit for example. Believe me, dude. I live for the best life as a Lions fan now. Get a football coach and not a genius. I agree. We don't need offensive-minded guys. Again, that's what I kind of thought Canales was. I thought Canales was going to be one of those, young guys that's, going to be over his head. But so far, I've enjoyed seeing him as head coach. I can't think that he's done really a lot of things that were terrible. I just hope that our owner doesn't fire him for no real reason, which is what he did to Reich. He fired Reich because he didn't win every game with Bryce Young. I mean, I don't know. I mean, granted, we also let Wilkes go when Wilkes was doing a great job coaching the team. It's just, as long as Tepper can stay out of the football business and only interject when the team really needs a shakeup, we should be good. I mean, I like the balls of, trading up to draft a receiver in the first round. We didn't really have a way. I think that was a good way, but yeah. 49ers missed the kick. The 49ers, I don't know. It's just 49ers. I mean, hey, for G-Man's sake, I guess I hope the Chiefs win. I personally don't really like either the Chiefs or the 49ers, but I've never been a huge Niners fan ever since they let go of Jimmy G, because I thought it was always hilarious that Jimmy G was winning games for him. And I know he wasn't, the best QB in the world, but it was a fun time. 37-0, fourth quarter just started. Can the Panthers score? That's the question. Dan Campbell came and turned the whole Lions organization around. One of the top teams in the NFL of years of disappointment. Maybe some more help could get the Panthers there too. Temper is passionate, but he needs to temper himself. I agree with that. He just needs to chill. He needs to, it takes time, right? Because originally when we got Matt Rule, YouTube is not, okay. Originally when he got Matt Rule, the whole thing was you had to wait. It didn't work. But then afterwards, he's just been going way too slow or way too fast, and it's not a good thing. But I have faith that this could be the group that gets us out of being terrible. I think Canales is a good enough coach to where and a good enough talent spotter. This is the important thing, that I think he can get a good quarterback to where even if we don't have the best pick available, we can get something like that. So we'll see for sure. Will the Panthers score? Let's put up a quick little poll. Will the Panthers score? 880 to 907 subs. Dude, nice. 900 subscriber special win. And we will do the 1,000 one. We will do the giveaway to 1,000 subscribers. Got a lot of spring football cards to give away there. Spring football guy, card guy. Bringing them both together. As well as a couple other things that will be at this 1,000 subscriber special, which would be sick if we were to hit that by the end of the year. I remember when we doing my State of the Channel video last year, when I said that I would be ecstatic if we hit 700 by the end of this year, and we hit that goal like months ago. Really is crazy how much the channel's grown in the last bit. Find talent, then let the talent work. There's a lot of QBs that we definitely could pick up. Canales has fixed, quote unquote, a lot of QBs. Geno Smith, Baker Mayfield being the two main ones. Panthers rush up in the middle. It is going to be just short of a first down. They might barely give it to him. We'll see. To work with the fan base and city to improve the football environment. He should try to do something, because he definitely could. It's just... I know he donates a lot of money to, the hurricane relief efforts and all that, and, that was a good thing for him to do. It's just, with Tepper, I think the best thing for him to do is be an owner that isn't in the news, because that's been the big issue. He's just been consistently on the news. Dalton rolls out to his left, throws a pass. It's going to be about a -2, -3 yard play, going to be 3rd and 4. But that's the issue, that Tepper is always in the headlines for the wrong reasons. It'd be a lot better for us if he were to just not be in the headlines for a solid 4 months during the season. That would be what I think a lot of Panthers fans would want to see. Brock Purdy with a touchdown for the Niners. So that's what I want as a Panthers fan. I want him to not do anything, pretty much. Your O-line for the offense to really take off. I know early in the year the O-line was statistically incredible. I think that with the Panthers, historically, the linebacker position especially has been where the Panthers historically were great, right? You had Sam Mills at the end of his career. You had Thomas Davis for a while. Then you had Luke Kuechly. Then Shaq Thompson was a very underappreciated player on the team. The last 2 years, he's been hurt, playing a couple of games and getting a season-ending injury. We need to go back to having that defense getting better. I think that's the most important thing, is the Panthers are built on defense historically. They need to continue that instead of trying to all of a sudden change what their team is based on. Rush is going to be out to the left, and it's a touchdown. The Panthers do score a touchdown. 37-6 with 11.5 left. But couldn't get over the hump. Yeah, Man, the Broncos Super Bowl sucked. I remember watching that game, dude. That sucked. Everybody blames the Cam not diving on the ball. There was other things. That was an offense that we shouldn't have. It's hard to. It's just, even the 2015 Panthers team. The one issue with that team, which is true, is the offensive weaponry was horrific. It was basically Greg Olsen, and that was it. It was Kelvin Benjamin, or it was Devin Funchess was the leading receiver on the team that was, wide receiver. Yikes. And a lot of you guys are welcoming one of the better fan bases. I just wanted y'all to have your glory days to winning a Super Bowl. I mean, with the Panthers fan base, a lot of it is because even though we've had 2 Super Bowl appearances, the fact is that it's always been a team that's never been truly elite. Granted, they went 15-1 in 2015, but that was very much its own year, right? I mean, we made a playoff appearances like 7-8-1 one year. Thing besides having a good D, all in the Super Bowls have a top 10 O line. Yeah, the O line with Cam was also not great. I mean, that 2015 team, like some people now want to, say Cam wasn't all that. That 2015 Panthers offense should not have been as good as it was. Cam Newton carried a very weak receiving core and a very mediocre offensive line to being elite. Like, yeah, we had, Khalils that were there. That was, I always get it mixed up. I think it was Ryan Khalil was, like, really good for us for a long time. But our O-line was never dominant. And it's just, like, I mean, a lot of things, just a lot of misses and draft picks recently. But, you got to start slow. The team really hampered themselves. The trade for Bryce Young, I did a members video a couple months ago where I talked about it. The decision didn't even make sense at the time because when you get a quarterback, a very high-pick quarterback, the way the Panthers did it made no sense. You traded away your best receiver. You traded away numerous picks. Your team was not a quarterback away, and your offense was not a quarterback away either. So you traded away all these picks and your best receiver to get a quarterback, but then how are you going to develop said quarterback? He's going to be playing behind a terrible offensive line, which he was, and playing with no receiver, which he was. So you hampered his first year, which if he ends up being a bust, a lot of that blame is on his first season, which is entirely on the management of the team. Has got to include the Grossi raid for the State of the Channel. 100% it will. That's a guarantee. Had Superman and CMC to see the team stripped down to top talent. Relevant ownership makes you feel bad. I will say, like, the TJ Watt sack, like, us Panthers fans all know that that's the moment the franchise, like, it was a team was gone. Because when that sack happened, Cam was an MVP candidate and could have easily won it. That Panthers team easily could have been like a 13-3 team. But when he got hurt, his shoulder got messed up, he played through it, got worse. Then he had to get, sat to try and get healed. A lot of issues with the shoulder never got better, and the team was never the same. That was what really sucked. When that sack happened, TJ Watt on him, that was what ended the team pretty much. And then since then, bad decisions, trading CMC at the wrong time when you could have gotten more value for him earlier, just to trade him later, where you still did get something for him, but you didn't get nearly what you could have gotten. A lot of those kind of things. Keep with the good work. I'm going to go watch Lions highlights. Have a good time. Again, it was great seeing a Tom Grossi raid and seeing some of you guys want to stick around again. Spring football is going to be fun to see in a few months, but for now, we got NFL going on. But yeah, the Lions game, Lions highlights were good. UFL Panthers over NFL Panthers, 100% agree. Continuing to pray for the Panthers, team getting their blessings. Thank you. I mean, I'm lucky. I'm somebody who pretty much is a fan of teams that got me fully invested in a sport, not just started watching, but fully invested. And what that essentially led to was a very lucky calendar year where the Real Madrid won the Champions League, won the La Liga. The Mavericks got to the NBA Finals. The Mets are currently in the NLCS. The Michigan Panthers made it to the USFL Conference Championship game. So I'm very lucky to not be just a pure Carolina fan. Though the Hurricanes did let me down, but I knew they were going to let me down. They've done this the last 5 years. They, are a great team and they choke somewhere. But so it's the one silver lining to seeing the Panthers suck is knowing I've still got a lot of other teams that are better. The Panthers were the first cat team to make the Super Bowl in my lifetime. I remember that fondly. That Super Bowl was a good one. I mean, Adam Vinatieri, bro. He's a legend. I still believe he's the best kicker ever. The kicking multiple game-winning kicks in the Super Bowl is crazy. It was insane. Still dead set on the Gamblers. Should have kept the 2023 Roughnecks team. Probably should have replaced the Gamblers Panthers. Well, I mean, the whole Roughnecks Gamblers situation was done so poorly. I mean, Tracy, I don't know how much of the UFL you know, but when they merged the USFL and the XFL, they botched the Houston team horrifically. They kept the USFL team, but named it the XFL team. Kept the XFL team's history despite it being the USFL's team that they took in. It was such a bad decision. They should have either stayed with the Gamblers. Or they should have, just brought the Roughnecks over and then say the next two expansion teams go to the USFL. They really botched that, but hopefully their attendance gets better. Them being back at TDECU Stadium should get better. I mean, it can't get worse than what it was last year at Rice Stadium. My God. Having the Rice logo in the midfield for a UFL game was such an ugly sight. Truly a moment in history. And I am a very empathetic Packers fan. Dude, the Packers, dude. Went from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love. You can't get much better than that. I mean, would some people say they kind of underachieved, only winning 2 Super Bowls with those 2 quarterbacks? Sure. But that's still 2 more Super Bowls than the Lions have in their lifetime. The Vikings have in their lifetime. The Panthers have in their lifetime. And, a lot of other teams. So, I mean, I would imagine they probably won with Jordan Love. I mean, trends are trends for a reason. So far, the last 2 Packers QBs that were franchise guys won 1 Super Bowl. Wouldn't be shocked if we see that again. I'm not very educated about the UFL, but I'm hoping the best for your team. Well, last year, the Michigan Panthers were a much improved team than the year prior, which even then, they were a much improved team then. They finished, it was like 7-3, made it to the USFL Conference Championship game. They had a very good shot at winning that game, but the third quarter from hell. I mean, if you want to watch some wild highlights, the Panthers versus Stallions USFL Conference Championship highlights, the third quarter had like 6 or 7 turnovers in that one quarter alone. It was wild. And I remember my live stream, I was live streaming that one. I couldn't believe what I was watching. I remember saying the live streams propelled it to the channel. I'm not saying I was right, but a raid is a huge way to help the channel get boosted, that's for sure. I mean, easily this is probably going to be the best performing live stream on the channel by a wide margin. The subscriber count just jumped immensely. I mean, 125 likes. 1, 2, 3. There are more likes in this live stream than my than I think my 6 most liked live streams prior combined. My God. Yeah, this, crazy. I mean, like I said earlier, W. Tom Grossi. Definitely crazy. I mean, never thought I'd get rated. Definitely crazy to see that. I mean, it's huge. And I mean, you know what? Hopefully, with this, we convert some people into being spring football fans as well. Because, I mean, it really is fun because spring football doesn't have the ref problem because they have the sky judge that overturns any sort of big penalty. Roughing the passer can get overturned like that. Pass interference like that. A lot of things are really great. The only bad part about moving out of Rice Stadium, the ticket price front row for $3. Oh my God. That's bad. That's cheap. But we only get 1 Super Bowl from per QB. Well, talent. Sorry for sounding like an ingrate, but I believe that is why our QB ended up losing their minds after 10 years. Lol. I mean, hey, it is true to an extent. I mean, you would imagine with a 4-time MVP in Aaron Rodgers that he would have won more than 1 Super Bowl. You would imagine that a 3 straight MVP winner in Brett Favre would have won it more than once. But, I mean, at the same token, right, you think about, like, the great Fran Tarkenton, right? All the time with the Vikings, and he never won a Super Bowl. Bud Grant never got his Super Bowl with them. So, it may be true that it was a bit sad they only won 1 with each. But there's a lot of teams that don't win one. I mean, Phillip Rivers, for how great he was, he never won a Super Bowl with the Chargers. It never even really got that close. Like, they never even made it to a Super Bowl. I mean, Drew Brees only won 1 of them. So, I mean, it's like a lot of people try to, go back and say some of these things like, oh, these teams were so underperformers. I mean, it's hard to win a Super Bowl. I mean, there's less than 60 Super Bowl winners all time. I mean, 32 NFL teams. I mean, if your franchise has more than 2 Super Bowls, I mean, you have done far better than the average says you should. Because in theory, every team should have like 2 Super Bowls at this point, with some having 1. But then the Packers, they got 4 of them. You can't be too upset about that. I mean, maybe they win one the next couple of years. Maybe this year's the year. I mean, the NFC North is insanely good this year. But I mean, the Packers just beat one of the best teams in the league in the Texans on a walk-off field goal. Jordan Love looked incredible last year. I mean, teams that people thought were going to be good or better weren't. The Cowboys are not that good this year. The Eagles did obliterate the Giants, but like, it's the Giants. So, I mean, in the NFC, you got the Commanders, the Lions, Packers, and I guess the Vikings would probably be your top four best teams. I mean, even the Falcons blew it today. So, well, and the Niners. I forgot about them, but the Niners are dealing with like injury after injury after injury. So, even they're not, that great a team at that point. So, we'll see how that goes. I mean, you never know. But this year could be the year. My God, Mahomes is not playing good today, is he? Did he throw another interception? Oh my God, he threw another interception. Patrick Mahomes is unironically keeping me alive in fantasy because if Mahomes had scored like 10 plus points, I would get obliterated this week. And him playing like trash is the whole reason I'm in it. I mean, he's got 1 fantasy point with 21 minutes left in the game. He's got 1 point. That's bad. Who knows? Maybe I actually have a shot at winning this. Do the Panthers have 2? We have 2 appearances. At least we didn't win either of them, but at least we got there twice. I mean, like, we could be the Lions who haven't made one, though this could be their year, but who haven't made one. The Jags haven't made one. The Texans haven't. Granted, our team's only been around for 25 years was I think last year. I think we're up to 27. It's either 26 or 27. I'm missing on top of my head. But, I mean, we average one every 12 years making it. It's not terrible. He just threw it to the defense. Are you kidding me? Did Mahomes just throw one, then Purdy threw one right back? Dynasties and a whole lot of teams, mine included, never gets that. But just how how it works in the NFL. Yeah, I mean, the Patriots, I mean, you can either view it as one long dynasty or two regular dynasties, winning 3 of them in the early 2000s, then winning 3 of them in the mid-2010s. Cowboys winning 3 out of 4. I mean, it is what it is. Sometimes it happens. The Niners winning like 5 Super Bowls in that I think it was like 12-year span, 10-year span. I'm forgetting off the top of my head. I mean, like John Elway looked like his career, he was never going to win a Super Bowl. Then like that, he won back-to-back rings to end his career. I mean, the NFL's crazy. I mean, it's the beauty of the NFL playoffs. It is one game. If you show up, you can beat any team. If you don't show up, you can lose to any team. That's how you have like a 7-9 Seahawks team beat the Saints. That's how you have like a 7-8-1 Panthers. Well, they play like the Cardinals. That doesn't really count. But I mean, it's the beauty of a one-game playoff. The Giants beating the Patriots twice in the Super Bowl. You play one game, you play to win it. Gotta love it. That's why I personally think the NFL postseason is underrated. I saw somebody put out a poll on, I think it was X or it was on Instagram, and people put the NFL at like 5 in ranking playoffs, saying that the other 4 or the other 3 major North American sports leagues are better, and college basketball and the men's. I'm like, no, I'm sorry. I'd rather the NFL playoffs is higher than that. Do I think it's better than the NHL playoffs? Admittedly, no, but I'd say it's second best because one game is crazy. I mean, the Commanders came so close, or the Washington football team came so close to beating the Buccaneers when the Buccaneers went on to win the Super Bowl. I mean, if they had gotten like one play to go their way, the Buccaneers wouldn't have won the Super Bowl that year. It is what it is. Better dynasty, the Pats or the Stallions? Well, I mean, the Stallions won a 4th straight championship in a row. I will say it'd be crazy. Jake Bates, the hero. Dude, we love Jake Bates. I remember watching that dude. I was like an hour away from home. I had that game on my phone when he kicked that 64-yarder to beat the Battlehawks. Oh my God, that was crazy. I could not believe when he did that. I remember watching that game thinking, wow, we really blew this game, didn't we? And I was at like Chick-fil-A on the way home when he kicked that game-winning field goal against them. That was a crazy moment. Tom Brady winning 7 Super Bowls, one with the Bucs. Yeah, I mean, when you have a guy like that win that many, Joe Montana winning 4, I mean, That's 11 Super Bowls right there. That's basically a solid fifth of all Super Bowls right there. Two guys. So I mean, it really isn't, too much of a shock when a quarterback doesn't win one. Like all these people in today's time while trying to say that, Josh Allen's going to win multiple Super Bowls, that Joe Burrow's going to win multiple Super Bowls and all that. And it's like, are they though? I mean, the odds of somebody winning more than one Super Bowl is so low. And it's just, Bryce Young is in for the game. Yes, he is in the game right now. It is 3rd and 5 with 3 minutes and 45 seconds left. Will be interesting to see if he starts next week, though. Texans should have won a Super Bowl by now. We had some all-time players that we wasted. Andre Johnson, legend, awesome player. Should have been a first ballot Hall of Famer. All right, Bryce Young's got one man in the backfield with him. He drops back to pass, throws out to the right. Oh, that's not a good pass. He had two guys covering him, about a negative 7 yard right there. Hey, Deshaun Watson was good then. I take that back. He was awesome with the Texans. Great with them. Is low-key GOAT. Dude, Jake Bates. I mean, I know you said earlier that you haven't done a ton of the Super or the UFL. Dude, Jake Bates kicked like 3 separate 60-yard kicks within like a 2-week span. And he kicked multiple game-winning kicks for the Panthers. In the UFL, heading into week 7, I believe, he was unironically the 3rd favorite to win MVP in the league. And he could have won it. He came basically really 3 missed kicks away from winning MVP. He missed one in week 10 that cost him the game against the Stallions. And he had like 2 games where he won like 0-2. He almost won MVP in the league, which is crazy. And nobody would have been upset at it because he was that good last year. My God, he was a legend. I'm so glad the Lions signed him. We had good Watson before he became a menace to society. Yeah, before he went from Deshaun to Diddy Watson. NFL box score. Okay, I'm definitely losing this week in fantasy. Okay, Alexander Madison scoring 15 points is the nail in the coffin for me. Well, Bryce Young's stat line is going to be 2 of 2 for negative 4 yards if he doesn't get the ball back, which is not the best. Let's see what came up over here. The massage. Oh my God. Dude, Deshaun Watson was I remember back in I think it was man, dude, COVID makes all the years feel like the same. I think it was like 2019 or 2020 or one of those 2 years when we were talking about him being like as good as Mahomes almost. It's just what if he was on the Chiefs instead of the Texans. Now look at him. He tears his Achilles, and the internet's just clowning him for it, and almost nobody's defending him for obvious reasons. It is wild how that happens. The Rock could use him in the... Dude, no. I do not want to see Diddy Watson in my spring football league. I would not be happy with that at all. That would suck to see. That really would. I mean, The Rock, dude. I just can't with him. I know I talked about it earlier. I really, really hate the fact that he's still with the league, because he does nothing good for it. I mean, all he does is show up, talk about some random stuff, and then just walks away. We got tequila, and then leaves. Those are the stats of the year by Young. It is what it is. Man, this was like I was talking about earlier. I mean, earlier this week, I remember thinking man, dude, this is gonna be a really weird, a week where I was not looking forward to doing anything. And 3 days ago, I woke up one day and I said, you know what, I'm gonna do a lot of things I've been wanting to do. I made my community members video this week, made my channel or my membership intro video this week, live streamed for the first time in a month for a game, and then there's something else I did. I can't remember. Well, I made my normal video for the week, obviously. And this has been a great week out of nowhere. I mean, if you had told me on Wednesday that this would have been a really fun week, or a good week for the channel, I'd have laughed at you. But then, just everything started going good. I mean, just takes one good night sleep, pretty much. You know, wake up one day, say, you know what, there's been a lot of news about the UFL. I'll make a video on this. Let me ask my channel members what video you want to see. You want to see a college football video? I'm going to make a college football video for you guys. It was a great week, honestly. I mean, planning to do another live stream next week. I mean, I miss doing them, honestly. I mean, like, does it suck for my throat because I'm not used to talking for 3.5 straight hours every week? Yes, but is it worth it? Yeah. Did I go through 3 Diet Dr. Peppers during this live stream? Yeah. But, you know, it's fun. And, you know, when the season ends, we'll have, like, 2 months off, and then the UFL season will start, and we'll be back live streaming then. It's going to be great. Every cough sounded like a death sentence to me, and I was religiously staying 6 or more feet away from people with my mask on. Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson must have played similar this season. Hey, Mahomes may be terrible, but I don't know. I mean, dude, Deshaun Watson, like, QBR, it's one of those stats that I think is a bit overhyped. But, dude, having a sub-10 QBR is almost impossible, and Deshaun had it twice this year. I mean, you can't get much worse than that. It's just, oh my God. Minute 20 left, they are kneeling the ball out. Not a surprise. Final score is 40-7. Look, I knew it was going to be bad. I didn't know it was going to be this bad. But you know what? I mean, this was a great stream. I'm very, very happy I decided to do this one. I mean, I decided to do it like on Friday. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. I mean, damn. I got rated by guys I actually watch on YouTube, which is crazy to see. I mean, easily one of the best moments in the channel's history. If easily one of the best. And then, you know, seeing a ton of growth immediately. This is by far the best live stream performance-wise. I mean, it's great. I mean, looking forward to a stream next week. I mean, I went from not streaming a single live play-by-play in a month to already committing to doing one next week. It's going to be great. It's like every franchise QB is getting preferential treatment from the refs every game, lol. I mean, fair. I mean, I know Mahomes has like been the you know, main guy, but I mean, there's definitely been some other games where it's pretty bad. Who do you think the Panthers should draft this year? Honestly, it would depend on where we get in the draft. In terms of what position we should draft, if Canales does not believe in Bryce, no, I honestly don't even think we should draft a quarterback. I would say our first round pick should be. That's a tough question. I would like to see us get a top flight receiver. I know Xavier Leggett was a first round pick, but this was in a draft where like there's a ton of receivers taken. I would love to see a top flight receiver get taken by the team or a tight end. I'm sorry, the fact that I had to sit and watch Ian Thomas be our starting tight end for about 4 straight years was maddening. He wasn't terrible, but my God, when you had Greg Olsen for as long as we did and you go to Ian Thomas, it was just like such a steep drop off. I would love for us to have a tight end again, like a really good tight end. Which I know drafting one in the first round is pretty tough to do unless it's like a Brock Bowers type of talent, but I would love to see us get a top flight receiver, a tight end, try and build some of the offense. Hope that the defense gets healthier. Draft a linebacker in the second round that's really good since, linebacker value just all of a sudden started going down. That's what I would probably say. Those are the ones I would want to see us get. Some of those types of players. In all honesty. But game's over. Chiefs are up 14-12. Oh my God, what a game. Let's see. Wow, that game was quick. That game ended in, we started, this live stream started, for those of you who joined from the raid, this stream started like 20 minutes before the game even kicked off, and it's already over. That's wild. I don't know if I want to watch the full end of this game, but at least for now, let's just keep this one up. Let me pull up the scores on here. Gamecast. Link. Got to put this in OBS. There we go. There we go. Showing on OBS now. Scott ref is a separate entity that flags everyone in a game, but does it less to the Chiefs. Lol. I mean, it is true. What stream are you doing next? Next stream I'm doing is my first college football stream on the channel. It's going to be a live play-by-play of the Colorado Buffaloes versus the Cincinnati Bearcats on Saturday, where it is very possible, pending how the top 25 play out with wins and losses, that whoever wins that game gets ranked. Because that is a matchup of two teams that are easily in the top, 35, but not the top 25, you know what I mean? You know, they're not ranked, but they're not in that next 5 rank, but they're close. That's going to be the game I do. Whoever wins that game is going to be 6-2. I believe that's right. So that is going to be the game that I'm doing next week on Saturday. I believe it starts at 12, so my stream would probably start at 11:45 like usual. No, it's at 10. Okay, so that's gonna suck. Okay, you know what? I'm still gonna live stream it. I forgot that's at Colorado. That game doesn't start till 10:15. You know what? We're gonna do a late night stream, boys. That's gonna be a 10 p.m. start time and won't be over till probably like 1:30 in the morning. But yeah, that's the game we're gonna do. Yeah, both teams are 5-2, 3-1 in the conference. So whoever loses this game is fully eliminated from the Big 12 championship game. Fully. Good Lord, the refs are working. Well, hey, maybe they got a bit too many complaints. Late nighter, oh yeah. I mean, I forgot Colorado games start that late. I just completely forgot it was at Colorado. So the stream wouldn't start till like 10. Game starts at like 10:20. It says 15, really would be 20. Might fall asleep fourth quarter, but should be 8. I'm used to staying up till like 3 a.m. Now, I'm going to have to make sure I don't stay up too late before that, but yeah, I mean, I'll be able to stay up for that one. It's just I did not expect it to be then, but it'll be fine. I mean, I have not stayed up to watch a college football game that late. But I did stay up to watch that Sunday night football game that had the delay, even though the Cowboys ended up winning, which I didn't want to see because, it's funny to see the Cowboys lose. But, that Cowboys-Lions game last week was one of the best games I've ever seen. I mean, that was great. We love the Lions. We love the Lions absolutely dogging the Cowboys. That was great. Jake Bates having an awesome game for the Lions. Brandon Aubrey scoring every single point for the team. It was great. Why did I close out Twitter? There we go. Okay. Panthers 40-7 final. Oh my God. Draft Shador Sanders is the top comment on the post. Okay, you know what? I agree though. I would love to see that. I would love to see us get a quarterback that's fun, like a Shador Sanders. That would be crazy. I would be ecstatic if we got him. Mets and Dodgers. Oh, please, Mets. Look, I would hate to see them win this game just to lose Game 7. I want to see the Mets win this game. I want to see the Mets win this game tonight. I need to see it. That would be so great, dude. If they can pull off the 3-1 comeback against the Dodgers in a year that the owner said we were going to tank or we're not going to be good. We're focusing on 2025. That would be great. I'd love to see it. Love to see Alonso hit another home run. I mean, man, I wonder what the NLCS MVP odds are. NLCS MVP odds. Okay, so Ohtani's the favorite. Really? I've not seen him be that guy for him. Mookie Betts is second. Wow, there's not even a Met even remotely near it. Okay. I most likely will be asleep by then, but I'll turn on my notifications to catch you later. See you next time and have a great day. Thank you. That will be a fun stream. Again, it's crazy that I got rated by Tom Grossi and them, but this was definitely a fun stream. Obviously, and I mean, as long as you get some new faces to stick around, become spring football fans, be regulars on the stream. It's always fun seeing people who are regulars in the streams. So, if you are, able to catch that one, that'd be sweet. But I mean, I might stream in 2 weeks. I mean, I might do this every week. I might take a break 1 week, then come back. But we'll see. Again, it's been great, so I'll see you maybe next time if you end up staying up for that one, because I did not remember that I was at Colorado. Let's see, we got 14 minutes left in this game. It is 6:50. Go over here, pull this up. I clicked the wrong thing. I hate clicking the wrong things up here. Move up. NLCS Game 6. I will say this was the stream of all time. It was. This was a great stream. I mean, it really. I really can't say anything else about it. I mean, getting rated, getting 3 donations, the legend G-Man with another one, then 2 more, seeing the subscriber count hit over 900 during the stream. I mean, we're now at 910. It's just kept going up. We're at 910 right now. When this stream started, it was 880. So we hit not only 900, we're at 910. We are officially on the countdown to 1,000, which is the big number, right? We are on the countdown officially, which is crazy to think about. But, I mean, like I said, literally about 4 days ago on Wednesday, I was like just fully feeling like I was being hit with burnout. And then it was just like I woke up like Thursday morning, or it might have been Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever day I uploaded the community members video. Or the day before, the day before that, I woke up and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do all these things. And I did it. And it was great. I mean, because when I go back and look at my creator studio, let's see. So yeah, I made that one on the 17th. So that means it would have been on Thursday. Yeah, so on Wednesday I woke up and I started doing things. I made my Let's Talk About College Football Week 8 video for the members. I did my, brought back the, minor news video that I had before. I made my membership intro video, which I've been meaning to do that for literal months, and I finally did it. I updated the playlist. I updated the upload defaults to now have my social media tags in there as well as other things. So, I mean, I got a decent amount of stuff done. Now, admittedly, I still have yet to work on the Herschel Walker video again, which that one, I will say, I have woken up, said I'm going to do it today, then didn't do it. So I'm still at the same there where I've just got the base audio and transitions in it. But again, still more than I had last year. 10K going to be a luxury, dude. If we were to hit 10K at some point, that would actually be I would be shocked. I would just be crazy if we hit that. But dude, even hitting 1K, I mean, even hitting 1K would just be crazy. I mean, that's such a milestone because look, it's like I was talking about, right? Like, unless you have like 50K subscribers, you're getting like, hundreds of thousands of views in a video. You're not doing this for money. You're doing this to have fun and enjoy it. To hit 1,000 subscribers is hitting a legit milestone that very few people will hit. And it would be crazy to do. Each week, but UFO Weekly Preview. I might do something like that, or I might update the UFL game picks. I don't know for sure, because, I mean, like I said, I know you haven't seen it because I only posted there, but like I said, I updated the thumbnail to the power rankings for the UFL a while ago, and I'm thinking about what I want to do for next season, because one of the other things I want to do is I found myself realizing I was getting power rankings done on Monday. Now, to hit my 6 p.m. goal, which is where, as you all probably know, is where my uploads happen, is unless it's breaking news, is 6 p.m. EST. That's a bit harder, but I was routinely getting them done on Monday. So more than likely, I'm going to change my schedule to have Monday be when my power rankings videos come out. Because that means it comes out on the day where everybody else's is coming out, so I'm not missing out on that kind of day off, and I'm still able to get them done on time. Now, with that being said, I'll probably move the week review to Tuesday, and then I'll have to move the game picks to Thursday. So now the weekend is going to be a stream day, so I'm probably going to get to a point where I'm going to have, game picks out on Wednesday or Thursday, my Super 6 on the other day, or something like that. All in all, it might be where Monday is power rankings, Tuesday is week review, Wednesday is when I do like the extra video, whether it be a tank bowl, whether it be an in-depth review, whether it be a opinion, that would be on Wednesday. Then Thursday would be my week review, or my game picks, and my Super 6 picks would be on that day as well. Then the weekend would be streaming. So that might be what the schedule is. The tank bowl reviews were classics. I don't remember how well my quality was, but I don't know if you've seen it. I did do one for the USFL in 2022. That's my first tank bowl video when the Maulers and Panthers played, who were both 1-8 in that matchup. That's a classic video on the channel. That's one of the classics. So that would be that's where I took inspiration when I did the new tank bowls, but naturally the new ones were edited better and all that. But if you want to go to a classic video, that's one of the classic videos on the channel is the original Tank Bowl between the Maulers and the Panthers. Tank Bowl live streams, dude. The Tank Bowl live streams are great because, like, when you're watching that game or you choose to put in a play-by-play, you're not thinking, "Oh, this is gonna be a fun game. I can't wait to watch it," or "This is a serious game." You can just BS and everybody's gonna have fun because you know the game's gonna be wild. I mean, the Roughnecks Showboats one, I remember that one. That was bad, dude. The Showboats just kicking the Roughnecks' ass for like 3 hours was hilarious because it's like the Showboats do nothing all year and then they just play the Roughnecks and it's like they're just like, "Oh, we can't lose to that team. We got to win this game," and they just obliterate them. That was great. That was a fun one. That was a fun stream. 21-12. I mean, it was wild. Never changed that thumbnail. That tank is hilarious. Yeah, I do like that. When I was originally thinking about changing it to different tanks, and I'm like, no, this is a really good one. I mean, it's a tank bowl, so you have that thumbnail there. You know it's there for every video. It's definitely gonna stay. I mean, the tank it's a classic one. That's for sure. I'm trying to see if... Let me see this tank. Yeah, I did use a different tank picture for my original Tank Bowl video in the USFL. That's the only time I used a different one was for that one. And my live stream thumbnails are different than my Tank Bowl thumbnails. So, like... Are they? Wait, hold up. No, they are different, yeah. So, I have the one Tank Bowl thumbnail for the regular game and then one for the live stream. And then I had an original one different. Tank Bowl games were just Roughnecks. I mean, hey, there was the Showboats Renegades one. Don't forget about that one. There was the Showboats Renegades. So, at least it wasn't just the Roughnecks. There was the one non-game. And this upcoming year, I mean, who knows? I mean, maybe the DC Defenders end up regressing because, I mean... If Teamu doesn't come back and their receiving is still bad, we'll see. 42-2. Yeah, that's classic. Dude, if you were USFL, oh my god, that was crazy. I mean, everybody forgets that later that season, the Showboats got annihilated by the Breakers as well. It wasn't as bad. I'm trying to pull it up. Yeah, so it was week 9, the Breakers beat the Showboats 31-3. Everybody forgets about that game because 1, it was on CNBC, and 2, because everybody remembers the 42-2. But that game was horrid. That was terrible. But everybody forgets it because of the fact that it wasn't the worst game. And that image is a classic. That is one of the best. The Devion Smith sitting in the chair when he's getting cut for wanting pizza. Those are probably the 2 most classic images in the USFL for funny reasons, but they are. But I mean, the 42-2 meme with Todd Haley it's so memeable. It's so memeable. That was crazy. And then Freedom 68, I believe it was, with Kirby Wilson. Oh my god, Kirby Wilson. That's probably the worst spring football coach in this ultra-modern era. I mean, like, some of the XFL ones were bad, but like, dude, Kirby Wilson was horrific. Let's see. Okay, Purdy just threw an interception. He got hit, but he did throw an interception in the red zone. So this game is, granted, it's not over. I mean, there's still 10 minutes left. But I think it's pretty much over. But we're over 3 hours into this one. The Mets game starts in like less than an hour. I'm gonna try and get some images and stuff done, especially from this stream before I forget. Again, this was a great stream. I mean, this was a fun one, and then getting raided was incredible. I can't believe it. I'm going to post on Twitter after this stream about that and how crazy it was. So, I mean, this was a great stream. I hope you all have enjoyed this one. I mean, again, for those of you who are new from the raid, this is going to be a very fun upcoming UFL season, but as for now, we've got a lot of off-season stuff to talk about. Best offense in the league is the best quote from the UFL by a country mile. Talking about it while his team has scored less than 20 points in every game was hysterical, but this is a great stream. I mean, like I said, after this, I'm going to try and go back in the comments, find the Grossi comments, and go to his stream and try to post some pictures of it on the community post on Twitter and do all that. And again, this is a crazy stream. We hit 900. We're on the official countdown to 1,000. We're less than 100 away. It's going to be crazy. We got the giveaway. Again, I have stuff that I probably will add to it if we hit 1,000 by the end of the year, which we hopefully will. Like I said, we got a lot of stuff to give away already. It's going to be crazy. Again, thank you all for being here for this stream. It's been a really fun one. Again, It's going to be a late one. It's going to be a 10 p.m. EST start time on Saturday. But Saturday, this upcoming week, which would be the 26th, make sure I'm not gaslighting myself, the 26th, we will be streaming my first CFB game on the channel between the Colorado Buffaloes and the Cincinnati Bearcats. So be on the lookout for that one. Again, thank you all for watching. It was a crazy